What is up, everybody? Welcome to Ethauntia Dark Tides. This is our third season doing this. It's a Pathfinder 2e setting built by myself and helped by all these other wonderful people who've been playing with me for countless years in this setting. The newest person in the cast is Allie. She's joined us for this first season after we had another person leave. In case you watch any of the old VODs, she's been a great addition to the show. But let's talk about what we're playing today. In episode 10, our group solved some problems. We dealt a lot with the nightmares of what has happened in season 3. They've learned a lot about what's going on, and they are playing what is known as Gravelighters. Gravelighters in Ethauntia are people who go around with a lantern that is a pocket version of purgatory, because the world has no purgatory left anymore. As a matter of fact, 59 years ago from where we're playing right now, the world was sundered. All the waters went away and they were filled with dark tides. Later learned to be this negative energy that brings the curses that we all love from horror. At least I do. Your ghoul fevers, your mummy ryle, lycanthropy, and so on come through in these tides, and they flow hundreds of miles inland and wash back into the ocean beds, leaving horrible things in their wake. We've been dealing this season with the Keeper of Nightmares. There's one deity right now known as the True Father in the Theocracy. There's 4 hands to this true faith. That doesn't matter as much as the fact that keepers are gods that have lost their power. They no longer can go to different planes of existence and rule from thrones. Instead, to give people powers and regain followers, they physically make contact with people and bless them. These keepers can be good. Can be. The one they're dealing with right now is pretty evil. If you look through any of the stuff there, you can see the art from Todd, which was throwback to A Nightmare on Elm Street. And Darkane is definitely the Keeper of Nightmares. But in last episode, they found a possible solution. They found the Keeper of Dreams. The inside of the lantern is Pocket Purgatory. It also allows them to take Merrifield and bring it in and travel with their city from place to place throughout Ethauntia. And inside that lantern, spirits reside. One of them being Loretta. She helped make all the lanterns with her husband, Nero. And without ruining too much, we'll just say that they are the parents of Everston in the show. Today, though, they're finally going to confront somebody who's been around since, correct me if I'm wrong, crew, season 2 the Doctor's been around since? Maybe season 1? Season 2? And because of our latest cast member and her bullshit abilities, she found out who the Doctor is. They've never asked his name. And she decided to spread a rumor, and that brings us to today's show. So 30 days later, after our last episode, you guys have had downtime to do things, get things together. Some of you went and visited old friends. Other people did crafting, which I'm assuming will be Voss, and I know Everston has. And Nora does what Nora does. Make the GM's life a living hell. She had so many points of investigation to do in 4 weeks that my brain is a little muddy now. I guess we should start with, no. There's no disclaimer. Okay, what's your disclaimer? Power's good. Bullshit. This is true. That was a disclaimer.
It already is, right?
Isn't it already the Nora show?
Oh, Nora's muted. Damn you, Nora.
No.
I already fixed her.
No.
Read your disclaimer again. Read your disclaimer.
Oh, my
Read it again.
Damn it. It's a lot, and I understand I might not be able to do it all in 30 days, nor do I want it to be the Nora show. TM.
It's not the Nora show. It's the
Nora's
Nora
MVP.
investigation show. So,
It's
those-
Unsolved Mysteries,
those-
starring Nora Tenwick.
for those who've never played PF2, there is one class called an investigator. Nora's playing an abandoned investigator. They are someone who's died in the tides and have been reborn, and their spirit is fettered to their dead body. They can resurrect it every morning. But she's an investigator. it's the most ridiculous class. And we're going to find out why, probably in this setup scene. My question to the group, before we introduce all the characters as we kind of enter scenes, since we have so many new people, Nora, where would you call everybody after the 30 days to have a conversation? This would be when the train is arriving back from its travel south. Lillian will be on this train. She went to go visit friends outside of the city. Obviously a little, I'm assuming, Lillian, disgruntled from all the shit that happened. I'm assuming you get your stupefied fixed while you're out in the place you went to. Yeah?
Of course.
Okay.
Good old brass facial treatment.
I mean, no, that's not how she would do it. Actually,
We took care of some of it before you left, so.
Yeah, some of it, but not all of it. So that's fine. I know if whenever you want to play that scene out or describe it, I'll let you know how that went, unless you have a good idea for how to do it. But brass facial sounds really messed up.
Whoa.
Talk about skin peeling action. So, where would you call everybody? Tenwick's office, to the town hall? Are you going to involve Terry and Jin? Are you going to do it on the train when it gets back in Tenwick's traveling office?
Yes, I would do it in the traveling train when it gets back in my office, because that has the spirit protections.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm 100% fine with that. So, are you going to do it like a day or two after it gets back, or like immediately? Like as they hook yours back up to it? Because I'm assuming your carriage probably doesn't, or your train car doesn't leave without you, right? Like if you're in town,
Right.
it's not attached to the train, or is
Correct.
it always a part of the train no matter what?
It wouldn't be a part of the well, let's see. How selfish is Nora?
Do I need to answer
Be
that?
selfish. Be selfish. Do not let Erik make this up.
I don't know. That's up to you totally. I don't care.
No, so I think
The eyeball does not care.
she would have talked to Omar about it, and unfortunately for everybody else, she would say, I want my office to stay with the train in case something happens while you're traveling, because then I tell them about the protections that my office has.
Okay. So Omar would say, Omar would be in his conductor attire when you speak to him in this little flashback scene. And he would say, well, Nora, I am fine with making sure the place is safe. My question to you is, what about the dragon that sleeps upstairs?
Oh, that's right. We need to find him I need to get him a new apartment. That's right.
Look,
Nora would say that.
I would like to tell you, I do know a space that we could put him in just off the Arcodius crater to the west. There's a forest there, but next to it, there is an old burned down city if he wishes to claim it his own. You may have heard about the city. I know the cast knows about the burned city, because y'all did it when you played Inquisitors.
Okay, I thought for a second he was talking about the city that I found.
Nope, he doesn't know about that. He's talking about the one above that is just
Okay.
scorched from the Inquisitors just flame striking the shit out of it. But all the brick and stone, or not brick, brick probably. Brick
Brickwork and
and cobblestone is still there.
a burned city, a husk of a city.
Technically speaking, no one owns that city anymore. It falls in a line between Worthington and the Baroness Brass's lands and Cadra in the Ingrad areas. It literally is not owned by anyone. Now, we would have to get some deeds and do things to make that possible, but I think that between Terry, Jin, and yourself, I don't think it would be too hard to do. Maybe the director of Expanse could help you. If not, you want something a little more homey for them, you'd have to build something in Merrifield. I will say having him in the Lantern could be a problem, though, long term.
Right. So for that, then yeah, I would say, okay, well, let's look into this husk of a city.
So then
See
that
what
would be
we
on the
need to
trip
do.
out. He says, don't
Yes.
worry, I'll make sure that Grady knows to watch over the place. We'll keep the doors locked. No one will be allowed in.
Well, no, when I talked to him, it was, I said, I want this to be here for you and the other staff in case you need it.
I'll carry a key, but no one will be traveling through it. That will go up and over like everybody else does.
just as an emergency, then
Of
you
course,
guys can use
of
it as a
course.
fallback.
And we do have both the Azure coil cars on each side, so if it's not connected, we would lose power. But I would be happy to do a little research on the way, if you would like, and see if we can find anything out. So that would be 30 days ago before he left.
Right.
On his final trip back, went back and forth twice because the train runs that trail every week, roughly, maybe every 2. When he brings everybody back, when you tell everybody, hey, we're going to get together, we're going to meet at the train car, Omar would approach you before you had a chance to get to the train car with everyone. Lillian, you could offboard, put your stuff wherever you want after your trip. You can, when we bring you on scene, feel free to describe any changes. Omar says, 30 days ago, you asked me about a month to find out what I could about the burnt city. There is no one who resides there living, but there is a large amount of spirits that have moved in. They seem to have died in the fire. I don't think the true faith has had time to clear it. But it's not horrible. No worse than any other ghost town found left behind. Do you want me to tell you the good news?
Sure.
I know where we can get the paperwork.
What's the bad news?
Technically, someone who lives within the Baroness Brass's lands owns the paperwork. I don't think they know what it's for. They're on the train. They traveled here. I convinced them that we would be interested in maybe buying it from them.
Okay.
Would you like me to send them to your office or send them to the city for now and give you a couple days to do the Nora thing?
Send them to the city for a bit, for a couple of days. I will meet up with them. I'm not planning on wasting their time. We will have a conversation. It's just with everything else that's going on.
Well,
I kind of need my office space.
I will send them there for you. And he walks back to the train, goes to the car, and the whistle blows. Everyone starts to deboard, and they check people off. They're unloading luggage. There's a good amount of people on this train. A lot of them are from Wolflock Valley.
Okay.
And the team, as they're making their way to the train, I'm assuming Nora's like, when the train shows up, meet me there. The whistle blows. It can be heard through Merrifield, and you can do that. So through Merrifield, where you would hear the train whistle, a train pulls up outside front of the Everston estate, and then this is the main, oops, sorry, wrong one. Number 4 is the main train car area. This is where they would drop, conductor's platform, everybody would get off, unload, and then they go about wherever they need and catch carriages into the city. You see a group of them head north, which is towards the asylum. Not in shackles, nothing like that, not prisoners, but they seem to be making their way that way. The other group you see making their way down south and out of the city heading towards would be New Boulevard and Cadger east towards the coastline. But a good chunk of them stay in Merrifield because it's been gone for 18 months. Some of them are old residents coming back, some of them are new ones, but the place is booming. With that said, we have 200 new citizens that are in Merrifield now. So we're near the 7,000 mark. When Merrifield hits 7,000, it hits level 7. So, with that,
Nice.
does the team want to do anything before they show up? Are they bringing anything? I'm going to start with Voss because he's probably the nearest. Voss and Everston. Voss, is there anything you've been up to over the last 30 days that would be different about your character, aka stuff you know you're going to do in your downtime?
So, and I apologize for not sending you this. So the one thing, I wanted to do some testing on the silt that Nora and I found down in the caves to see if it has anything property-wise that can help cure the bleak, because that was the hypothesis that we had.
Sure.
And
Just give me a craft check on it to basically kind of do that. Or actually, or an arcane knowledge check, or a medicine check, whichever one you would like to do.
I mean, if I can choose, then I'm gonna go crafting any day of the week. It's a 42.
It has properties that push bleak away in early stages.
So like first, second stage?
First stage without testing, because you don't have anyone around that has second stage you can test it on, but it looks similar also to the Volg's notes from the train, from your hazy memory of being in that dream fugue state, because it was right before. But it's similar to those notes. If you could go through all the stuff crashed down there, if the True Faith hasn't gotten it, you might be able to find some answers to that stuff. Because you didn't get all that notes from the Volg down there.
Yeah.
So,
stage 1.
Mm-hmm.
And how many doses do I have of the samples that we got? Like, how many times could it be tested?
I don't know. Someone in the audience roll me exclamation point D6. While they're doing that, is there anything else that you did that would be, like, did you upgrade your staff or do anything like that? And also, you should probably explain what Voss looks like, because we got a ton of new people here.
That's true. So Voss is a Volg. They are like a humanoid, kind of like a Tengu, but instead of a raven, they are vulture based humanoid. They're great crafters. They're great at using junk to craft. If you were to stereotype them, a lot of times they'd be immune to the dark skies. They live in the dark skies a lot of the time because they are salvage divers. Music is really loud.
Is it? I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah, better. But he has been with the group since the beginning. He is kind of the group's crafter. He is also part of the Emerald Order, which are the non-hand of the faith people for fettering spirits to objects, which is very important in this world because, as Eric said, there's no purgatory, so spirits can't go home when they die. So they're either fettered to something or they're left to wander, in which most of the time they will eventually wander into the dark skies and turn into something nasty like a wraith or a shadow or something worse.
Yeah.
Or a ghoul.
That's pretty shitty.
There's a time in the timeline called the Ghoul Wars, and the Dark Tides were to blame for a lot of that. So that's him in a nutshell. So he's very interested in this silt that they found a while back. He wants to talk to, I think it was 2 episodes ago, they found a brass baby mask with a 72-year-old grandmother fettered to it.
Gonna have to do that at a different time. I'm not gonna do that on screen.
No, that's fine. He would talk to her about.
I will tell you, you'll probably want to carry it around, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So not leave it in his shop. Okay, he has it on him then.
Yeah, I would carry it on you.
Don't leave it in a shoebox, Drew.
Don't put it in a shoebox.
Keep her in a shoebox.
I would say to bring it with you simply because she has the ability to provide knowledge on things pre-sundering.
Oh. Well, in that case, yeah, I would definitely keep her around.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like SJ Babe in chat would like a little clarification on what you mean about the soul being fettered to that mask, I'm assuming.
Oh, so in the world, there are things called relics. Since spirits roam Ethauntia, because they have no purgatory to go to, they become malevolent over time. The True Faith, around 40 years ago, realized that if they take a spirit, fetter it to an object, and make a relic out of it, with a Q, not a C, people have reliquaries in their house where they take all the souls of their lost family members and they fetter them to the most prized possession or the thing they carried the most often, and they put them on a shelf, and on the day of remembrance, which would be Tuesday in our world, they can speak to them to kind of keep them from their personalities or their being shifting into something horrible. This mask has a grandmother who's 72 years old, which means it's pre-sundering, which means she has memories on the old world, which a lot of that has been lost as parts of the continent have fallen into the dead oceans and so on. So when I say a mask with a grandmother in it, I mean a mask with a 72-year-old spirit of grandmother in it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, though, she's 72. That means she still may be older than that. She was just 72 when she went into it.
Into the mask, yeah. Like, to put it into perspective, the True Faith has vaults of just. I think we decided they were like little clay stars that they would put spirits into and hang them so that they could just shatter them if it ever became time where the spirits could go home. Correct. And they could just release them. But there are vaults holding spirits all over the place. Or you could do something like make Everston.
Which, when you walk in, did you change your staff or do anything in that in their downtime, or has it been research and just crafting objects for people? That's all I need to know.
It's been research, and I crafted my 8 level or less item. He made a restful tent. Since we got it for free, it just didn't cost anything.
Sure.
But after the bullshit that we went through in the near Arctic, we now have a tent that can hold 4 people. That can withstand most hostile weather conditions, and keep us warm and safe and stuff.
Okay.
It does have limits.
It does have, it should. So can you do me a favor? Can you drag your character on the screen and I'll blow him up so everybody can see him? You're approaching in your emerald robes and your cracked beak and stuff now, and your plumage being a little different. Put him on top of the manor and I'll make him larger for everybody. Everston would be the next. Everston, I mean, might as well hit the button and describe what you look like in voice.
Well, I'm Everston. I am an autonomous. I am 10 feet tall, made of steel, brass, wood, leather. I am
and brick shit house.
I'm a tough guy. I am also piloted by the soul of a human stuck into a special engine that is made specifically to work this body.
Which I
have a porcelain mask as a face, which is sort of the downside of being an autonomous. There's not a lot of expression.
Nope.
Humor ends up coming out pretty dry or just completely ignored. But I have a big shield. I have an arsenal, an ever-ready arsenal of items of random junk that I use to beat or subdue opponents with. And Voss made me a nice big, piano.
Piano applied directly to the forehead.
We're not explaining that right now.
Aw.
I have a flak gun that shoots these random items as well.
Oh, yes, I made that.
And I am the protector of the group. I am since everyone else is a very intelligent, well-thinking genius, game rule wise, I'm more of the tank. So we are team think tank. I'm the tank half.
Oh my god. So as you're making your way up, all the etchings that are on your body, making your way towards the Tenwick train car, I'm assuming Nora's already gonna be inside. Lillian, you depart, you drop your stuff off and make your way back, or are you just gonna go straight to the office? Did you have enough away time?
I think that I would be heading straight back. We probably would have, knowing Nora's always got a plan, so I feel like before Lillian left, there was probably a rendezvous point.
Okay.
If she was going to leave the rest of the group.
Okay.
So heading straight there, because otherwise she'll never hear the end of it.
So you're coming back after a pretty long trip. You've been gone for all 4 weeks, right? You just left and didn't come back. Lillian's a little different. I have a question for you. How much more of your snake-like appearance do you let happen now, and what's the new tattoo? And is it visible in your, Victorian regalia?
So she's still keeping up appearances for the most part. I would say kind of underneath her skin, you can see some of those scales shifting a little bit more as she does completely drop the visage when she is in the company of Baroness Brass. Like she knows what's up. So she's still like getting the hang of it. You can see that she still has those serpent slit eyes hanging out, and her new tattoo is, you can see just sticking out, creeping up the back of one side of her shoulder across her neck and wrapping around is a python.
Oh, nothing too
Tattoo.
horrible. Does it
No big
move
deal.
at all when people aren't looking?
Absolutely, but just like blinking.
Okay.
Mostly just
So
blinking.
Doctor Who, you close your eyes, it moves. Like the angels, great. There's nothing weird about
We can go
that.
with that. It's
And
fine.
as you show up, and the camera kind of sees the door open. You got the brooch on with the finger bone in it. As you make your way in, the entire Tenwick office smells of like salt water, like heavy salt water. And sitting at the desk in Tenwick's train car is obviously Tenwick. Nora Tenwick is different looking. I just realized that a lot of you haven't seen these. There are stickers available for them, but they're not on the new site, so I'll have to add them over. But they are on the Stream Element site. So, Nora, sitting at your desk, you're preparing for this meeting with everybody, getting ready to talk. Is anybody else present? Did you call any of the other NPCs from the city for this? And are you any different after the 40 or 30 days of downtime? Are you just normal Tenwick, nothing but working?
We're gonna go with normal Tenwick, nothing but working.
Okay.
As Erik said, I'm slightly undead. I'm a slightly undead character. Nora was actually alive before the Sundering, and when the Abandoned started showing up, they were pretty distrusted by humanity. Nora was one of them. She didn't really remember a lot, and as she has continued on her journey throughout the years, she starts remembering more and more. I think by now she remembers most everything except for something she gave up last season.
Okay.
To try and help out. Unlike everybody else, though, Nora's just down to brass tacks. She's sitting there. I'm sorry. She has a new fashionable cape. It looks like it's
Why
meant
not?
to keep. It looks like it's meant to get like keep the weather, like keep the rain off, keep the
This is gonna be more
tides
bullshit.
like
I can
rain.
already feel it.
Well, I mean, it's just got a soft landing rune.
Yeah,
engraved on it,
right. Sure.
It's an oilskin cloak.
And
Turns
she
into an
also
umbrella, doesn't it?
she also has a newer satchel that looks a little bit bigger and a little bit bulkier, and she's got it next to her. And in her other satchel, her smaller one, it's just case notes just spilling right out of it, like more case notes than that you would think would fit in there.
Like I said, bullshit. So, with that, as everybody is kind of gathering in, did you invite any other NPCs?
I think for this, probably not.
Okay.
In part because I don't know how well my research has gone the past.
Do you
3
invite
days,
the doctor?
That depends on how his date with Foxglove went and how bad
Hasn't
my
happened
research
yet.
went.
They're engaged.
They're engaged.
Ooh, that's not true. Hey, I forgot to ask this of Lillian when we did our downtime. Lillian, would you have invited the doctor to go on your 4-week sabbatical out of the city? Would you have attempted that since you've already wooed him a little bit?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Couples vacay.
Jesus.
You're not a couple yet. I mean, that's what a serial killer would think. But so, if you would like to make a roll, if you have any feats you would like to use, I'm going to take us over to the big table so you can slap all your BS powers up. I mean that lovingly, I think.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is this for me asking him?
Yeah. This would be
sliding
before
him
you
the-
left. Yeah.
The yes, no, maybe check one and waiting
Yep.
for the reply.
Yep.
It's just the little paper that you fold.
We're seeing the Ethauntia dice.
I already got rid of it. Don't. I got it. Drew.
Okay, so Erik, this is what I would like to do. This is how I would like to kind of like play these things together. So this will not necessarily be bonuses.
Okay.
However, we're spinning her feats a little bit. So,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, we're gonna start with some distracting flattery up in there. Know how to maintain a good impression and manage my image, even when keeping uncouth
This is gonna be so bad.
company.
So she has got a chain of feats as a dandy, as her dedication. That is, it is almost impossible for me to do anything to stop her. Almost. She does fail rolls sometimes, though. For those who are in the audience, if you are a regular and you've picked up a patch to grant hero points, her rolls right now are probably when you need them because she's gonna botch one. I have a feeling.
But hey, I've got my Ethauntia dice this time.
Yeah. Let's see how this goes for you.
Oh, it's fine.
We believe in you.
Observe a target's attitude towards myself and my allies. Yeah, so basically, if he was had a lower opinion, I can go ahead and roll a deception against his will DC. Regardless of the result, he'll be temporarily immune. And
he does have a lower opinion.
Okay,
he's neutral right now. He used to be friendly to the crew, but he hasn't seen you all in a while because he's kind of neutral because for 18 months you left this place in shambles.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna start here with the deception.
Okay.
Against his will DC.
Okay.
And there's one other thing I would like to do here, Eric.
Is it worse than the roll you're about to make?
Quite possibly.
You're gonna cast a spell on an avatar of a keeper of a vessel of a keeper.
It's gonna be great.
I hope you cast a spell on me. I really do. I'm all in.
Okay, Palpatine.
No, we don't need to do that right now. Actually, I'm gonna tuck that away. Tuck that away for later.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I don't want, like, on a fail, I don't want him to take damage. Like, that would be dumb. So okay,
Fact.
we'll go ahead and start with some distraction to see if we can deception.
All right, let's see what you got.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. That's a 34.
Cool. Are you happy with that roll?
Not quite.
Do you want to spend a hero point or your own patch?
Let's patch things up.
That's
So sorry.
It's not Ogre Force. Why do you do this to me?
I know. I'm so sorry.
You walked right
you're
into
not.
it.
You're not sorry. Don't lie to me.
That one fell on the line in between a 20 and a 2. I'm gonna re-roll because it fell onto me.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm feeling. That's what happens. That's what happens every time. Come on. And you said you're using a patch. Is that what you used?
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm gonna mark down our checks for the rolls.
That's not right. That's right. That's a 40. I'm happy with the 40.
Okay. He says I would be happy to come out, but it would have to be after the first 2 weeks. I have some work here that I need to do. May I ask why you're asking me to go? I'm going because I want to see Worthington, and from you asking me, I assume you're paying.
I could pay a little bit. I mean, I have very good rapport with the Baroness, and
A little
honestly, she's going to wink and gloss over the question.
Aren't you one of the supposed heroes of this city?
Yes.
Well, then you should be wealthy.
Well, I
Unless
suppose
they're
you could call it
hiding
wealthy.
money from you.
No, I don't believe
wealthy.
so, but I'll maybe have a conversation later. But no, I really just I think you would make a great companion for traveling. And honestly, with things that have been going on, I don't want to go alone. So I think we could have a good time.
I see. Good time. Well, I would be interested in going. I will, if you would be willing to pay for the train tickets, I would be willing to maybe handle food while we're out there. I will come for the second 2 weeks.
Absolutely. That sounds perfect.
He shows up the second 2 weeks. I need 2 will saves from you while he's
Okay.
out there for those 2 weeks.
Oh God. Okay.
This will definitely affect our meeting in the train car.
I would like to use a hero point.
Why? Hey, man, let's go. We've used a patch and a hero point so far.
That was a natural 1.
Woo!
For those who
Come on,
haven't played
baby.
Pathfinder, by the way,
Can't get worse.
1s and
All up and
20s are what they've always been, but there are margins of success. There's 4 in total. You got success and failure, critical success and critical failure. If you're 10 above, it's a critical success. 10 below is a critical failure. So a 1 would have been really bad in this situation.
I don't think this is going to be great. That's only coming in at a 33. Granted, you said it couldn't get worse, and then I thought I rolled a 0 on when I had a 10.
So I'm going to write down Foxglove. Okay, cool. And then for your second one?
Hold on, is this a mental effect?
Is it a mental effect?
Yes.
+4, baby. So that's going to be a 37.
Okay, and then for your second week.
Gosh.
Rude. Super rude.
She's throwing her dice like they're made of silicone.
Look.
Those dice are so good.
That's a 43.
All right, cool. So you walk in unaffected by him in any form of magical way. I will say your dreams were excessively vivid.
Okay.
But none where I have any hold on you at all. Nope. That's all I'm going to say. She can make those up into whatever they were. I will say he's interested in you. He is from neutral to friendly with you.
Okay.
And the fic explodes.
So with him friendly, you walk into the office. Nora, you have everything set up. The door closes. I'm going to take us over to Tenwick's office. You guys can begin your discussion as I find our Tenwick office, because I got a dig for that.
Okay, so...
You date me in a dream, you better wake up and pay for it.
Oh, God.
Right. So during this past 30 days, I guess I would spend, especially if I found out that he was going to be gone with Foxglove, the first 2 weeks I would be trying to investigate him in person. Unfortunately.
Is that was something you wanted to do during that?
Yeah, because remember All
right, make your rolls. I just need to know what the numbers are. I have my cheat sheet here. I'm so sorry. If you already wrote them down, then I'll just look at it.
No, I didn't.
All right.
Because I wasn't sure what was happening with
what skills are you going to use for it? No, you can't use your bullshit feet to do this. That's not how that works.
Oh, I mean,
Can I get a bullshit check real quick?
I was going to pursue a lead on him.
You can I'm talking about I make one action to make 17 knowledge checks.
No. I'm pursuing a lead because I'm trying to figure out my investigation.
Gotcha.
My case is, we know he's touched by the Keeper of Nightmares. Is he willingly working for him? Or is he trying to help us?
So you've been stalking him.
Case. Well, so I'm actually... based off of the information that you gave Foxglove, like if we're able to tell that he's like more neutral towards us now, and because Nora actually wants to see how everybody is doing under his care, she would spend those first 2 weeks helping him out in his clinic.
Okay.
So either
I'd
be using perception or investigation, perception, or like medicine to see what he's doing.
Totally up to you. And you can put yourselves wherever you want to be inside the train car. I just dragged all of you on there. I did move 2 of our people out of the way because they're not here.
Okay. Then I will do... The first check will be perception.
All right.
I believe that is a... the first one is a 43.
Okay, 43. All right.
And then I think if unless I can do it again, otherwise I'm gonna do medicine to see like what he's actually doing with these patients.
You can do the same one. Everyone's a week of study, so that's up to you.
Okay. Then I'll just do perception again.
You're just gonna get different info, and DCs are different depending on what you use. Some things are easier than others. Other things are harder. I would ask you, are you using any of like the Lectorum? Are you going to use any of that kind of stuff for bonuses? Like call in experts? Or are you trying to keep this hush-hush?
I'm trying to keep this part hush-hush.
Okay.
So actually, would it make more sense to do occultism for my second one?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to do occultism because we know he's been touched by a keeper. So I'm going to look for anything that he might have, like the inverse, like how some of Vorg's followers have the inverse of his symbol because they follow a different aspect of him. So I'm going to look for that type of stuff.
Okay. So 43 perception. Check. And then the next one's occult.
Yeah, occultism. That is a 44.
So in those 2 weeks, you got enough points to get a little bit of info on him. You know that, one, he is a vessel. Not all vessels are the same when they are inactive and active.
Okay.
If he has not been active so far, there is a damn good chance that Darkane doesn't know where he is.
Okay.
Probably because he's been stuck in a fucking lantern for 18 months as a spirit.
Okay.
Now he's out. That's what I'd say about that. Between those two, perception watching him, he's helped the town. He's helped with all the hunting down of Darkane using the intellect devourers and the Dream Knight agents, which that has blown up in the city. On that map, there's a bunch of markings. People who have joined have all their spots on there. We got to do AW still. But the Dream Knights as a whole are the whole reason there is that dream web that people can go through and hit spots and get in between nightmares and whatnot. He has been helping with that the entire time. And there's notes, like when you stop by and talk to Terry, the mayor in town hall, you can see notes from the doctor they're helping and so on. So he doesn't seem hostile towards the party. Nobody in the city has been happy with the Gravelighters as a team until it came back, and then we did a bunch of emotional support during the town hall, so they're a little bit better now. So take what you want out of that. He seems okay right now. Lillian might have more information because he went with her for 2 weeks. Then you would have seen him get on a train. You could have asked about the ticket and easily found out he's heading to Worthington.
Okay.
Well, he's heading to the foothills of Worthington to take the lift up into the mountains.
Okay.
So where are you all? Where's your conference table in this room? I know this place is like all wood, well decked out, bookshelves everywhere, plants, a staircase that goes to this double-decker train car. Prith, the dragon, is upstairs right now, slumbering. By the way, dragons are not common in this world. I want to point that out to everyone watching. They are fucking rare. They found a one of those, what are those eggs called? I forgot.
Fabergé.
Fabergé egg. It's stuck in time that they opened up, and they have a dragon now, and it's been growing while they were gone. So that's upstairs. They have no idea what he's like now. They haven't even talked to him since they've gotten back. They've been gone for 18 months. So where are you all at inside? Is that your meeting table that you're all sitting at now? Is that where you guys usually do your talks?
I think that's for clients. I think at this point, though, like when they come in, Nora's over here on the couch with her bags and file cases right across the couch and the table.
Makes sense to me. So as you all walk in, the door, you shut it behind you. The last one in sounds like it would be Lillian, or actually no, probably be Everston and Voss, because Lillian just walked through the train. How do you guys want to discuss this? And Lillian, any questions you have, I'll be happy to answer. I can tell you he was friendly. It went well. He trusts you to an extent, even if you were lying or not lying. And he helped a lot of people in Worthington that were sick or ill, and his odd medicine style out there. He gutted a sky porpoise and used it as a salve to heal a disease they have out there. So he did help people.
Okay.
In a very gruesome way, but he helped people.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
So when Lillian walks in, she is going to be in probably one of the best moods you've seen her in. She's just cloud nine, very excited, and she's probably going to be a little bit more animated. She walks in, she goes, "Oh, Nora, I just had the best time. Oh, I love that bag. The best time. Let's see." And she'll like rifle through her bag, and she's like, "I got souvenirs," and she's gonna like just dump out, just honestly, just like the equivalent of like just tacky trash onto the table, but something only somebody who's like
only somebody that a witch would like.
There's like a shot glass, but it's like carved out of like a horn or something.
Oh, the maw. So the maw is the only gap through the mountain that goes from the west to the east, and they hunt things there. 100% there's maw shot glasses.
Okay, and then there's gonna be like a keychain.
For drinking horns.
Basically, like think like a
Jesus Christ.
Really beautiful, like ornate picture frame, but it's like a little keychain, and it says like Everston on it. Because I feel like that would be like, I don't know, like it works. I feel like that would still be maybe more common than Voss. I don't know. It could say Voss. It could say Nora.
No, the Everstons were popular back in the day.
Since our money in the world is like about the size of a palm, and it's metal plates, the really thin metal plates instead of paper bills.
Yeah.
And then
I would imagine there's a machine where you put one in and you just crank the thing and it like flattens it and turns it into like a landscape of the maw.
Yeah.
Are you talking basically like the zoo?
Yes, the
zoo with the penny.
Oh my god.
And then like a little like finger puppet bird, and she's just like, it reminded me of Voss. It's like an eagle or something that's like totally different, but yeah.
Okay.
So, little trinkets.
So a Voss bird. Is it a trophy or a little statuette?
It's like a finger puppet for children.
A finger puppet. All of these things, are they slightly creepy and unnerving?
Absolutely. Instead of a coin, you like flatten a tooth.
And what do you get, Nora?
I think Nora would get the shot glass.
Oh, Nora's the shot glass.
Wait. It's not a maw shot glass.
It has to be.
It's a blue demon shot glass.
Yes!
Scratch that. The maw with shot glass is just something you bought. Blue demon shot glass. Did you buy that on the train in the blue demon car? For those who don't know, wrestling is something that is...
She's
like pugilism in Victorian times. They like wrestling in this set piece.
And I think there's also going to be like some candy that's shaped like teeth.
Why not?
Because I'm like, saltwater taffy is, painful.
Cool. So you dump and fill the table over top of Nora's notes. Sounds about right.
Yep.
Cool.
Gotta have your sweet tooth.
Cool.
It's not technically a crime scene.
It is now.
I picture her on the way back. She's like checking. She's like, okay, Everston, Voss. Oh shit, Nora. And she stops by the blue demon train car.
Just buys it from the train car.
I got this on the way.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you do town halls with cards that let people build train cars. That's what happens. You get blue demon train cars.
I feel like as she's like dumping things out, like a little picture kind of slips out. And she's gonna run to like grab it and stuff it back in the bag, but Nora can probably
black and white photo portrait of you in the dock.
Oh, it's a caricature of like me in the dock.
They have there are photographs, but they're like the old school ones where you have to stand still for like 5 minutes to take the picture. That they have those. So you can have painting.
Okay.
Or you could have a photo.
I feel like a caricature, like with
maybe
we went to the mall and all I got was this.
It's an old dwarven city that's a mining city, so they're kind of serious there.
Okay. Okay.
That's something you would find in Merrifield.
Oh.
So there would be like a portrait painted. Like they basically paint your faces while you're there, and then they take it away and they paint your bodies, and then they bring it back to you a week later. Like that's the kind of shit you get there.
I love that. Okay.
So the bodies are like paper doll paintings. They don't look any life in them, but the faces look lively. So that slips out as well. With that said, what's the discussion at the table?
When that slips out, I actually hold up my finger and I'm like, that's a very nice picture, Foxglove. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Of course. I mean, we're just friends. She'll hand it over.
Boss leans in closer. Define friends.
Just friendly. Didn't get anything else out of it. It was a fun weekend with dinners and dancing and bloody medical procedures.
I'm just so I'm looking at the picture. I'm like everyone in the room can tell like Nora's already like put her investigative hat on.
It's never off.
It's never off. She's not looking for anything particularly on Foxglove's side. If Foxglove is still paranoid about what happened last session, I'm looking more for anything on the doctor that might stand out in this picture. Like he might have let his guard drop a little bit in Worthington, or maybe he was doing something there.
I would say perception with the sense motive. If you have any bonuses to like seeing through deceptions or anything like that.
Okay.
But 100% you can do it.
Were the bed knobs and broomsticks involved in this?
No, Drew, you were not there.
Facts.
Look, just because I'm a witch, making an assumption that I have a broomstick on hand.
That's a hurtful stereotype.
You don't?
That's a factual stereotype.
3, but it's fine.
While they're talking about Foxglove's sex life, I got a 46. I'm looking at the picture.
46. So there's two things that you notice right away with that. One, he is smiling for the first time. She's, I'm assuming, giddy in the picture, smiling.
Okay.
But they had to hold it long enough for the guy to paint it, so he drew that in first, and then they just kind of sat there and they had their faces painted. But when he painted the eyes and he brought them back, when you look at it, when you turn, the eyes have a reflection in them that are like starbursts, like this inside of them. Very like a slit with a little line off each side, very similar to the look of Darkane.
Okay.
Looks like a star sapphire.
You don't see it until like the right angle hits it. So he used like a different color paint. It's kind of like two colors of the same paint, very similar over top, but one's gloss and one's matte looking. It's not
almost like
natural.
The new Ethauntia dice boxes.
Oh yeah, it does look like that. Didn't think about that, but yes, but it's not natural at all.
Okay.
The second thing you notice is the painting is really good. Like, I mean, better than it has a right to be.
Can I see that for a second?
We're all just taking. We just want to see your vacation photos, Foxglove.
Yeah, it looks lovely. May I take the candy?
While everybody's looking at this, she's probably, first of all, part of Lillian's like motivation to bring back things was she felt a little bad for that weird rift and bout of insecurity that came up. So she's obviously trying to keep things very light upon coming back. And
Sure.
Friendos. Hey,
I'm sorry everything went bad and I was an asshole to you when I left.
Yeah,
that thing.
and then she's gonna like go right into like, oh, and we had the absolute, best boar jerky when we were out in the blah blah blah.
Mountain boar is really good. Drew, I'm assuming Voss is casting a spell.
No, I'm going to make an Arcana check.
Oh,
I'm wondering if this is going to have any type of... Does this photo have anything to do like the statues did? Like, could it be scried through and see what...
Could it be like a material component for scrying? Well,
can someone look through this picture to see what the photo can see?
Like anything that feels personal to somebody, if it's personal to them and they give it to somebody else, that makes scrying easier, period. Like there's no check needed. You just know that's how scrying works. So like if I were to give you, something that's important to me, scrying you is easier because I know that item. Right. Or if I take something of yours and use it to scry you, that makes it easier as well.
Right. I'm asking if this works like Baroness Brass's
focus
ability.
You would need to cast spells for that if you want to know more.
Okay.
Arcane by itself, you can make a check. I'll tell you that it's finely crafted. The inks are not magical or anything like that, but this thing is beyond the painting ability for your average schmo. I would say he's at least a master in painting this.
I'm going to activate my Detect Magic.
Okay.
And
boom. Detect Magic goes up. Can you put Detect Magic on the screen for me?
Sure.
Take us back over.
Everson will
Lillian's like
take the keychain.
Okay.
And he'll say to...
Thank you. I think it's great. I'm going to wear it proudly with my other tchotchkes. And I also have something for you.
Oh no.
I feel a little bad about not...
Have a piano!
I feel bad about how things went down last time, so...
Piano. Applied directly to the forehead.
Take this piano. No,
we can't keep referencing it and not tell the new people about what happened.
We'll tell it a break.
We'll tell it break.
I took some time to figure out how to make these.
I'll hand her 2 moderate healing potions.
What do they heal? How much?
That's a thing I have written down.
Cool.
Right here.
You just put it in chat.
I'm glad you asked because it's 3d8 plus 10.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you got 2 potions now.
Now I know how to make these and the lesser version, so I'll be able to have more on hand when they're needed. And I'll keep some with me at all times for all of you, just in case it's needed.
Oh,
Nice,
Everston,
Mike.
I love it.
And I like this item.
And what he's gonna do, he's got like a little out of his arsenal. He'll pull a small item. It'd be like a almost like a staple gun. And he's already got items.
Is it a
attached
rivet
to
gun?
his armor. Yeah, it's like a little rivet. He's like, and it's gonna be like stuck, like hanging, like almost like a metal,
Like a talisman?
metals. Yeah, like
It's like
talismans. that kind of
medals
thing.
on his chest.
So
Oh
he's
my
got
God.
a talisman on. He's got a magnet with like a hand on it that he crafted himself, but we talked about seasons ago.
Yeah.
And then he also has a new item, and this will be the level 8 item that we picked up
All right.
after last show. It is a little hourglass. It's like on this little bit of a rack, and it can spin, and it sort of sometimes turns on its own. One side's all white sand, the other side's all black, and it'll spin, and like sometimes if some will go in the one side, it'll all come back and even out. And it's basically an item that allows him to it's a spell. Oh gosh, what's the name for it now? I'm forgetting the name. I'm foolish. Downtime.
Can't believe detect.
It is a spell heart.
Oh, cool. What is that?
Which is you can attach these to either armor or weapons, and they get different effects depending on what you do. Mine's attached to my armor, so it gives me resistance 5 against negative damage, which I figured would be helpful in this world.
Yes.
And then it also I can cast Chill Touch with it at will, but it's such the DC is based on the item and not me, so it would never actually affect anybody, I don't think, because it's kind of a low.
So you chill
low
people's
DC.
drinks and hand it to them?
No. This is it does negative damage to people or scares undead.
Oh, so your ghost touch plus grappling somebody. Now you're
Sure,
fearful.
but that's not why I got it. I got it for the resistance, and I got it for this nice other little ability. Once a day, I can cast either harm or heal. So it's another ace in the hole in case one of my friends
Harm
needs healing.
Or heal?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you can grapple an
Second one.
undead that takes damage from healing and heal them.
Yes.
Yep, there goes all
Heal.
my baddies. So anyway,
It's not a lot. It's a level 2 version of the spell. So it's just a couple of dice.
the painted portrait of the two. You're throwing up detect magic, which is on the screen for everybody in chat. It's heightened because all cantrips in Pathfinder 2e are heightened to your max level. You send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. You receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic. You can choose to ignore magic you're fully aware of, like everybody in the room, so you kind of focus in on the item. And items and ongoing spells of your allies, you detect illusionary magic only if the magic effect has a lower level than the level you detect magic spells. So yours would be level 15, correct?
Yep.
And you know what aura it would be. Okay. Does it say you know all aura? No, you don't. You don't even get into auras with detect magic anymore.
No, that I have to cast Read Aura.
So it is magical. Specifically, the eyes in the painting are magical, and that's it.
Okay, I'll throw up Read Aura.
Slap it up.
Okay.
And I think that one's a check, if I remember correctly. You might just have to focus, actually.
You focus on the target, opening your mind to perceive magical auras. When the casting is complete, you know whether that item is magical. If it is, you learn the school of magic. If the object is illusionary, you detect only the effect level is lower than the level of your Read Aura spell.
Yeah, it is definitely magical. It is definitely divination.
Okay.
Do you know what the spell is in that?
No.
You know it's divination.
But
it could be an anchor or some form of device to help do that, 100%. But you would
That's
have
what
to.
Arcana does, though, right?
Arcana, you might be able to make a check to do it if you want to give me an Arcana check, but I don't think it specifies reading auras for magic. Double check it though.
Let me.
While you're looking over this and mulling over the detail of it, is there anything you guys are discussing while he's casting spells and looking over the item?
Foxglove, this is an amazing portrait. Who painted it? Do you know?
Thank you. It was his name's on the back. Just turn it over, and I'm sure you'll be able to read his name.
Nice job trying to pass it to the GM, thinking that I, of all fucking people, are not gonna be ready for a name in my game. Is that what you just did to me?
I
Random
just
name
didn't
generator.
want to be wrong, because Eric, when it's up to me, you end up with something like Ichabod McBuckets.
That's the first part was great.
That's my campaign 2 name now.
That was like Ichabod's a great name. We use it in a lot of things, but McBuckets is not really the best name.
Oh, from the Merrifield McBuckets? I know that family.
Anyway, no, his that's not his name.
Ichabod McBullets.
McBullets.
His name is Ludwig. That's his name. But he is known as the artist of faces. On his caravan, when you fly through, there's a huge covered wagon, but it's all wood sides. When he opens this thing up, it is just paintings he's done over the years. There's trinkets with like little tiny curio pieces painted. On the other side of it, when he walks around, he has different vestments on, and he says he can fetter souls to these trinkets for you in case you lost anyone in your travels.
Yes, I believe his name was something like Ludwig. He goes by the Artist of Faces, and fun fact, not only is he a talented artist, he can fetter souls. Who would have thought?
Can I get a perception check to see if any of the shit that he actually said to you is true, as you just spilled it all back out?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a mirror.
19 on the die.
Yeah, no, he's bullshitting you. All the paintings are a spell that he uses. One of the other things you brought back with you is a chocolate covered weapon that you're supposed to crack open and see if you won a prize.
Weapon.
It's a small, like, kitchen knife.
Sharp knife.
Size.
Okay. I'm
You're like thinking back about everything he said as he randomly fast talked you through all of it, and he is a charlatan.
I like to imagine. Oh, go ahead.
on second part, I think he may have been full of shit. Anyways, there's this chocolate-covered weapon. We could have won a prize. I was thinking that we could all put our hand on it and smash it at the same time.
Oh my god.
Maybe,
Eric,
maybe
yes,
not on my desk though.
on the paper.
Stay away from the pointy end.
On our documents.
Okay. Well, what did you find out, Drew, before we all hands in break this chocolate-covered piece?
I'm not touching it. I can identify magic with Arcana, and I rolled a 41 Arcana check.
It is divination. It is made to help scrying, but specifically, it acts like a pool so it can see through the painting, and it allows the person who made it to cast different spells through it than normal.
Neat. So,
like the spell Nightmare.
The key component for them to scry on you through that portrait is a painting of the back of a painting with eye holes cut out of it.
No, it's not. But if you think about this, as she puts this in a frame and sets it in her room on like a cabinet when she's sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Joke's on you. It's gonna go on my fridge.
There's no fridges, so that's hilarious. Icebox? So are you breaking the chocolate-covered weapon?
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Can Voss tell like what level item the portrait is?
18.
Okay.
Can't be good.
Yeah, so, well. So there's success and crit success stuff for...
It was not a crit success.
Okay, I didn't figure it was.
You were
right.
Pretty close, though.
Cool.
What do you want to do with the painting?
Right, that's lovely. And he puts it face down on the table. Like,
All right. Put it face down on the table. Can someone are you breaking the chocolate-covered knife or not?
I was planning on it.
All right,
but
so
I'm
you
waiting
break
for
it.
everyone else to be all in.
Can I get some of the audience to roll me 1d100, please?
damn it.
I
Like,
would normally be, did we win the prize or not?
The
But now
audience
I'm
is
like,
rolling.
oh,
We want
no.
under 10%. Ooh.
I like clear off part of my desk before we smash it because I don't want.
When you
chocolate
smash it
on
and the
my
chocolate
notes.
shatters, there is a butter knife in it that is old and rusted.
Oh. Well, that's some rust. I don't know
I
if
will
we
say it's
can eat
old and
this.
rusted. It is valuable, though. It is made of silver and it is pre-sundering.
So it's tarnished.
Yeah, I guess tarnished with chocolate on it. It's
Oh.
black. It's tarnished black. You ever seen old silverware? It's that like icky, don't touch this or eat it. Someone left it in the
Don't
dishwasher
eat
for
with this.
18 years. You went in to remodel the house and it looks like hot garbage. It's that kind of silver.
You don't eat with that. At least not yet. We gotta clean it. Smells like silver though. That's good.
If you pick up the chocolate and go, it's clean. It's clean enough. You can eat the chocolate.
Sure.
Gotta give a little anti-germ.
Sure. Yeah, that's how it works. Blow on the cartridge.
So I'm kind of waiting for Voss to let us know what's up with the portrait.
Yeah. Would you, as she smashed it and she's looking at this black knife, are you going to explain what's going on?
Yeah. So yeah, this painting kind of works like the statues in Baroness Brass's plethora of tricks from what we know. Like it can see and cast out
Like
of
as soon as you say that, I just start.
specifically-
Like I'm just like looking
And
at
my follow-up question is your place protected against scrying or is it just against spirits?
it was just against spirits because I haven't had the time to get it.
Yeah. I know. Hey, you can't be prepared for everything.
Right, but so as soon as he says that though, that's why I'm like,
make a perception check to see if you can stop me in time. It's not very good, but
No, it already happened. We're not doing that. What you
already
said happened. We're not doing that. We're not rewinding.
well, that's why I'm stopping him before he
yeah,
says
you're
anything
stopping
else.
now. Okay, fair. There's a chance that they're able to scry in here because you don't have any protections. With that said, are you going to put the box somewhere? Or not box, I'm sorry, the painting. Or you just burn it.
I don't want to burn it because that's Foxglove's. It's up to her to decide if she wants to burn it. I pull out a blank piece of paper because Lord knows I have enough of those. I'm going to take my non-cursed cold iron pen.
Feed it to the dragon.
We may have to do that. And I write down like a note to Voss, like, would a closed satchel of holding block it? And I send it over to him.
Before I answer that, I would like to remind Voss that he has spell cards left. You could say you have a detect scrying scroll on you.
I could.
That'd be a great solution. A bag of holding may help, depends on how powerful the caster is what comes down with that.
Okay, well, it's a level 18 item, so I don't necessarily know if that's
Yeah, right. But you could do detect scrying to see if you're even being scryed right now. So you know how the spell works. It allows you to detect the presence of scrying effects in the area. If detect the scrying is higher level than the scrying effect, you gain a glimpse of the scrying creature and learn its approximate distance. If it's heightened to 6, the duration is until the next time you make your daily preparations.
What's I can't remember. Is there a limit to the spell card level when we play it?
Your caster level.
Oh, then yeah, we'll make it heightened.
Sure. So it's the old one you found that's heightened. We'll use tricksters out of the irony of what's been used. So one new spell card has been used from the Stream Loot deck. You cast it. It is a higher level than you, which means that you get a glimpse of the scrying person. You see golden eyes, the metal mask. Around them is this purple mist.
Hang on. I think it's if my detect scrying is higher level than the scrying being cast.
Yeah, it is. Yours is higher than the one being cast. That's why I'm fucking reading it. So the mask itself is that steel color, golden eyes with like a purple hue in them. Behind him is that huge brain that you guys saw in that well of the Intellect Devourer. And he is currently pulling pieces of the brain out and stuffing it into something in front of him, but you can't see what that is.
Eric, with my 41 for Arcana.
That was to know if there was a spell, not for something else. So no.
No. That was the roll on the painting itself and how it worked.
I already told you.
No, I know. I'm asking, with my roll of that, would I know if I could cast something through it to the caster? Okay.
Nope. Cannot do it. There's very few things that go back through a scrying spell now.
Okay.
It depends on if I critically fail my roll. With that said, I need you to make me a will save.
We're going to patch that.
Okay, one patch down.
That's better. 39.
39, you succeed. The spell fizzles out and you're immune for the rest of the day.
Okay, do I know what it was?
No, scrying. When I casted that scry to do it, he looked at you and you blocked it before I got a good picture of anything.
Gotcha, okay.
Distance-wise, a general direction, it goes bonkers. Because it's really not here.
Got it.
Approximate distance would be like unknown distance.
Okay.
Think probably in the realm of nightmares.
Yeah, okay. Right, so that was trying to look at us, and it, I stopped it.
As long as somebody else doesn't grab the painting and doesn't look at them, technically for at least the rest of this day, you should be fine. If someone else picks it up and looks at it to investigate it or do something, they're going to have to make the same save.
So nobody touched this.
Oh.
In answer to, sorry, love. In answer to Nora's question, do I know if we put it in a bag of holding? Technically,
it's pretty
that's
powerful.
It's already a 18 item.
It's already seeing across planes, so as long as someone's not looking at it, I guess it would scry and see the inside of her bag.
Right.
Which may be worse depending on what's in there. I don't know what body she has in her bag of holding.
Why don't we just put it somewhere that it's whatever it sees through this isn't going to matter?
It's kind of an aura around that you see. It's kind of like everything in the picture.
A pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a 30-foot emanation from it. Drew Voss would know that.
Got it.
Plus, if you think we can talk safely now, then we should do it.
I wouldn't chance it.
So then where do you want
it, or
to stash it? Well, Foxglove, I hate to welcome you back from your vacation with presenting you with a decision about what you want to do with this picture, but
you don't want to hang it on your wall. Yeah, you're thinking, no, you really don't. It's specifically made to be able to cast nightmares at you from just it looking at you. It's not good, love.
Oh.
It's not really a.
Now I will say,
it's not
when you scribed, sorry, when you detected it though, it did not show the doctor.
Right, it showed the brain.
It showed Darkane and the brain behind him.
Right, so and
that Ludwig was a fraud.
He was.
I don't know. Technically, yes, he was. He did a very good job painting, but he was a fraud in like that he did it in a well-meaning term. Yeah, he's a fraud. Yeah, we'll go with that.
So picture face down on the table, good to go for now. You got a day.
As long as no one touches it, we have a day. We could just...
And you can. You got 1 day of immunity from it.
So I've got... Okay. So I'm putting for my other note, make my car scry-proof.
Okay.
Somehow.
Put that on the list.
So that being the case, then Foxglove, I'm glad we triggered that before we started talking. When I was talking to the doctor, I didn't have a chance to get you up to speed before you left, and then I was afraid that if I did, it would affect how you interacted with him while you were traveling together. From the time I spent with him in his office and in the medical wards, it seems more like he's a vessel for the Keeper of Nightmares, not a direct I don't want to say not a direct follower, but vessels, sometimes they aren't aware that they are touched by a keeper. So he might not know.
Thursdays at 7.
Right. Touched by a keeper, that's right. Touched by an angel. So he might not know that he has that link. If he is a vessel, then the keeper might be looking for him because the doctor's been trapped in the lantern for 18 months.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So when you went with him, I'm not saying that the doctor's responsible for this picture because I don't know what Voss cried, right? So
Correct. I mean, he assume Voss explains what he saw.
well,
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Okay, so between that knowledge, that what I was able to discover when I was working with him, and what Voss just told us about what he saw when he looked through the picture, I don't think the doctor is intentionally working with the keeper, at least for right now. That may change if the keeper finds him. So it's really up to you on what you want to do with this picture. Like I said, I hate to have you come back and you had a great vacation and we're like, hey, you need to get rid of this memento that you got. I don't know if maybe it would be worth it to keep it somewhere hidden until we resolve this. And then you could keep it if we could get rid of the spell that's on it.
Absolutely.
Because I understand what it's like to have to give up keepsakes. So
Sure.
but I also don't want this to be around and compromise your health in addition to our investigation.
I completely understand. Would it be best if it's in a pocket dimension for the time being?
Probably. I think that would be best if it's just in a bag. It would just see the inside of the bag.
Oh, that's fine too,
Ooh.
I suppose.
I just saw that pop up. Okay.
What just happened?
We had a treasure card.
Ooh, okay.
So, anything else you guys want to discuss, or someone going to get the doctor, or anything like that?
And
what do you do with the painting?
Conversation.
Those are the two questions I have.
Yeah, painting is going to be put away for sure. While they're saying this about the painting and about the scrying, could I and he may just be a vessel unaware. Could I just look back on the 2 weeks that I spent getting to know him?
Yeah, perception check. I'm going to say a -5 to your roll, though, because you're doing a memory check, and you were so giddy that this was never a question you were thinking about. Okay. And a 5 is a big penalty. 4 is normal. 5 is up there, but I'm pretty good at being a vessel.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, thanks for the purchase.
Well, that is a 12 on the die. So for perception, where is it on my sheet?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
You tell me.
Scrolling past it. Yep. So that is only a 24. No, 34. -5. 29. That's not great. I don't know anything.
Okay. Did you patch? Did you say you patched it or spent a point?
No, I did not.
Okay. Everything you saw from him was happy. Even when you saw him sleeping, he was sleeping. Like he seemed good.
Did he snore? In terms of like.
No.
Okay. Cool.
He did not snore.
Seeing if it was like quality of sleep.
Dinners are engaging. He loves the witchcraft aspect of things that you do. He doesn't understand magic. He's not a caster in any form. He's strictly a man of science. All of his medical stuff is like that whole concept of like turn of the century. Everyone's sitting in there watching surgeries happen, learning is like that is his style of surgery. A little more gruesome than the rest, but surgery.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry.
Oh, what? No, okay.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried. So is there anything else that you all would like to do?
So in the downtime channel, I just put 2 things real quick. So
pull
hopefully
it
just be 4 rolls,
Mm-hmm.
and then you tell me what I get.
I'm pulling it up right now. In yours or in E downtime?
It's in mine.
Okay.
Just because I figured it.
Nope, totally fine.
Clump it all
No, that's fine. The last line that you gave me. Yeah, you can have them do it. Give me a D20 roll. How much you paying for?
I'll pay the max for both weeks.
All right. Pay for it. Give me 2 rolls.
Okay.
I have their numbers over here in my doc. You'll be getting a +5 on top of what their training bonuses are. Basically, they send more than one person to do the job to give you a better knowledge.
So I just put that note in there so it's a reminder to myself.
Nope, you're good. For those who don't know, Nora...
Natural 20.
Oh, fuck this game. Nora and this game in general, there's a lot of secrets that get passed in our Discord channel. Yeah, so... 250 gales. All right, so I would say then you would get a knock on your door sometime during this meeting whenever you're ready for that information to be brought in.
Okay. Wow, the Ethauntia dice are on fire. 17 on the die for the second one.
Okay, so 17. What was the other one?
Natural 20.
All right. And this was to track him or find out stuff? What did you want it to be about exactly again?
Find out more. Well, I don't want them to track him because I already know where he's at.
Yeah, but remember, there's a train car with the Lotus on it.
Right. So, I guess I would split it up then. So, I'll have one group either find information or go through their records for the past 18 months.
Okay, so the first one's getting records. The second one's tracking?
Yes.
Done. All right. You get a knock on the door whenever you're ready. Whenever you want that scene to happen, we'll bring it into this conversation.
Okay, and then we can deal with my other, the 2 weeks of my personal stuff later.
Yeah, they won't really have anything to do with this unless you decide to use that somehow with the tie-in.
Right. No. So I look to the group and I say, I also, while I was working on other threads that are very important to our current situation, I hired some outside assistance in looking into the doctor. They should be coming in shortly. At first I was wary about having them come into the meeting, but with everything going on, I feel like our identities are kind of blown. So it doesn't. and they are known for their discretion. So hopefully this doesn't come back to
they would show up. There is whenever you're ready, they'll show up.
Well, that's why I'm leading into. I hired these people, so if anyone else has anything
their discretion is the best.
It was more like if anyone else wants to do anything before I bring them in.
Gotcha.
That's where I was going with that. Anyone have anything else to discuss? Otherwise, I should probably get some tea going or something for the people I hired out.
I would say Lillian looks a little bit agitated and is kind of like, well, I'm just going to say the sooner we deal with this keeper, the sooner that Toll and I can just be happy.
We killed Streamloots. Maybe you guys did. Mine's reloading right now too. So I would say if there's nothing else in the group, there is a signal that comes in to Tenwick's car, because you guys have the ability to speak and communicate through electric. There's basically the equivalent to old school single ear. You listen and then pull it down to talk. That literally runs through the train car on anything that has electric. Your office is one of them. You have a ring on the phone for an old school telephone. There's a ring.
I pick it up.
Excuse me, this is the Tide Runner. We have a delivery for you. We are outside the door. If you would let us in, please.
Yes, of course. And I get up to let them in, because if anything happens, well, then Everston can body them while I'm laying flat on the ground.
One of the women you hire come in dressed in a uniform for someone who works on the train. She comes in, says, we have a series of papers. They're bundled. They have a twine around them, tied up. They're sealed, and she hands them to you. We were told to also tell you that the other that you sent on, the person you sent on assignment, has not returned.
That is...
And this is the one that was in the city that is there.
Okay, that is concerning. I
apologize.
Well, no, I apologize. I didn't mean to. I mean, we knew it was going to be potentially dangerous, but I was hoping that.
I don't know what you're speaking about. That's just the information I was told to pass along. Right. Oh, quick reminder, those who are in the stream loops, keep the page up and look at it. Like, I just had Streamy pop by for another ticket. Because there's a big thing, for every ticket that you get entered into a drawing, which I'll explain at halftime here, at intermission. She's like, so I'll leave this with you. And she turns around and walks out the door. When she walks out, she taps you a couple times. Do you read sign language?
I believe I do. Let me see.
Sometimes he does not give you tickets, that is right.
I never swapped it out. I have sign language as a feat.
Do you want
Every
it?
language she knows sign language for too.
Right. Yeah, if you know for one, you know for everything. So in Chites, which is the ancestry from Meoshan for humans, do you want to share it or should I send it to you?
Send it to me, just
okay.
because I don't know if it's something that's going to be like super off the wall.
No.
Okay.
So while that's going on, when you open up the packages, are you going to read these aloud or scan them and then tell people?
Scan and tell.
So there's nothing in here that you wouldn't share with the group.
Okay.
There's no like secret stuff that's about you or about people that are in here. Nothing like that. Okay. But there is a few things about the doctor and Foxglove. Nothing painting Foxglove in a negative picture, but just information.
Okay. I think that part I would keep to myself until I have a better chance to read through it.
Okay. So everything else, they followed them. The trip was successful. The doctor was very kind to everybody on the train, very kind to everybody when they got to Worthington. There was a delay at the foothills. He was a day late to meeting Foxglove because he was taking care of a sickness that was in the foothills of Worthington. For the people who work in the brass mines, they have been having some lung issues. He was grinding up flowers, producing something, and giving it to them to make sure that they don't die from this disease that they've picked up. And it's not like black lung or anything like that. It was something else. They're not quite sure. They didn't have time to study that because that was not their job.
Right.
They said once they were up in Holdenar, which is the city next to the Maw, and before he went to Worthington, he went there. He basically left a week, not 2 weeks before, to give himself a week to travel around and do other stuff before he met her.
Okay.
None of those things had anything to do with you all. They were all helping people, gathering supplies, and that kind of stuff. The only kind of shady thing he did, and I could not, unfortunately, view this, he went into some form of, it looked like a lecture hall or a talk or something, and a bunch of other people speaking very science-based things about the human body and anatomy left with him, about a dozen or more people. I believe they were also others of his study and profession. Once in Worthington, before he visit Foxglove, he went to Baroness Brass's estate. I could not get in there, obviously, for safety.
Right.
Those are all notes that got sent back on the train without the person that was sent. In the city, the research was simple. He's helped everyone here. He was a main person that helped get everything ready to make the dream nights, make the webs, working with Eodin, the druid in the area to make sure that they could keep contact outside of the lantern while they were stuck there. He also kept everyone's sanity a little, lower since the asylum was outside the city. He was doing his best to do that. He healed a bunch of people. There were a bunch of deaths in the city. When everyone was dying, there was only one True Faith member left to do fettering, and only about half of those fetterings went well because they weren't someone who's really highly trained in doing it. Other than that, everything was up and up. There's no odd pieces. He didn't steal information from any of the intellect devourers that they captured. Overall, he was extremely helpful in this group of people trying to find you all. Now for the secret stuff I will send to you. This is the information that came back in the notes that you are leaving out. Do as you will with that.
Damn it. All right.
Oh my God, there's so many cards going off right now. Are you sharing this?
TMC.
I'll tell you if you do, I will let her make another check.
All right. So I think the conductor, not the conductor, but one of the person for their
engineer or staff.
I think the engineer. I thank the staff for delivering the packet.
Mm-hmm.
I flipped through it. I'm like, so as I just said, I hired some external investigators to look into this. One of them did go to Worthington, not necessarily to follow you, Foxglove, but to follow the doctor. He actually left a week earlier to help treat people, and he attended some sort of conference. The thing here that I'm concerned about, I'm wondering if you noticed anything, because I don't know if you shared train cars or lodging or anything like that, but apparently the doctor never slept, and he left an illusion of his body in the bed before he stepped out to do whatever. Did you share lodgings with him?
And that was the question I was going to ask next. Thank you, Nora.
Look, it's more cost effective, okay?
I'm not judging. I'm just concerned about your safety and what could have happened if you did share lodging.
Can I get another perception check for you this time? No penalty, because she has given you a glimpse of information.
That is a 40.
Okay, well, you can decide if you lodge together or not.
Yeah.
At least once or so, or twice maybe. Okay, cool. He was there. You're positive. But you do remember when you were asleep, reaching over and like putting your hand on the pillow, and you think there was no one there, but when you woke up, he was laying there. So you must have missed him when you reached over and just hit the pillow edge.
Or he went up to go to the bathroom.
No, he was still laying there. You woke up, looked, he was there. You went back to sleep. But when you reached over in like that half wake state to see if someone's still there, you never felt anything.
Okay. Huh. Well, trial and error, I guess.
Did you learn that from the doctor?
Trial and error.
As a group in the train car, what do you want to do? What's your next step? You do have the Keeper of Dreams across the street, basically, in her illusionary like dream studium, which is not quite up to snuff yet, because our next town hall, people will be able to build it, like the audience will be able to build it. The card's now live, but she might be able to help, or you can just go drag the doctor from town to wherever the hell you would like in the city. And I remind you, you do have a dragon. Can't believe I'm saying that out loud in Ethauntia. That thing was never supposed to hatch. Ever.
Well, it did, and everyone made the decision for it to hang out with Nora, so...
Great.
I mean,
She's
how...
the responsible one.
I'm apparently.
Right.
How do we want to handle this? We can ask the Keeper of Dreams for assistance. Maybe she has some way to find out if he's been contacted by the Keeper of Nightmares. See if maybe there's a way to help protect him, the doctor, while we try and figure this out. I mean, or depending on how old everything is, I mean, I could go talk to Prith, because I need to discuss his living arrangements anyway.
All of these are valid options.
Well, I know I personally do want to make sure that he is, safe and not at risk of anything happening. That being said, we already do know exactly, who he is.
True.
I guess I could invite him over for dinner and,
True.
we could just monitor him. I wonder if there's a way that we can do, like a game night.
Game
as
night?
she's saying it, she's like, that's a weird way. A game night? Yeah.
Well, I'm not...
And... like a lock-in for the town. We can.
Oh, lock-in?
Oh
my fucking god!
I'm not.
Okay,
That's fine with me, but I am not playing Clue with Nora.
No. No.
There's no cards in here.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Nora would be hyper competitive. Do not play Clue with her.
The worst Clue player ever.
I'm gonna hunt down this Colonel Mustard son of a bitch.
She just solves the crimes
Starting
of your
investigation.
life instead of the fucking game.
Nora.
And you killed your husband on the 5th of last month. We're playing a game, Nora.
I don't say.
On the side of my face.
So, with that said, I will, if this is something you honestly would like to do, hipster business name generator, yellow shall be missed, but we do have things made from it for the city. For the city. There is I think it's the Basil and Beast, if I remember correctly. The Basil and Beast Diner. It is on the outskirts of Merrifield, serving up steaks and soup from Ingrad-wide recipes. So you could do it there. It's like fine dining, it's like the old supper clubs.
We could have it be an all-night benefit. That might bring in some people, but it would be a great chance to just observe him for a prolonged period of time in a casual environment. And we could do some philanthropy while we're at it.
Wait a minute. Is there a chance that he knows what he is and he's figured out a way not to sleep so that he can't be found?
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
You can visibly see Lillian's heart breaking with that suggestion.
Because I was thinking, we could maybe make something to shield him, like a non-detection type thing. But then I was like, wait a minute. If he's trying to hide from the Keeper of Nightmares, the way to do that would just be to not sleep. And if you said that he wasn't actually asleep, maybe he already knows and he's figured it out for himself.
I'm sorry. So, hold up real quick. The doctor is abandoned, right?
Didn't Voss just outthink Nora?
Well, no, that's not it.
No. Not even gonna go there.
No. He actually, yes, he could have outthought me, but this is when as Voss says that, that's when I'm like, wait a minute. He's abandoned, right? That was the whole running joke when we first got here, was everyone assumed we knew each other because we were abandoned. So
That's right.
That being the case, Foxglove, when he was sleeping, he shouldn't have been sleeping. He should have had his body separate from his body, like I normally do. You would have been sleeping next
Can
to him.
I
and it
get
would've been however he died.
another perception check to remember from Foxglove?
Oh God, he wasn't asleep. He was dead.
That's right.
We like it. We like it. 17 plus 22 is 39.
When you did reach over in your slumber, it felt like a cold pillow.
What's that line from the Frighteners? I like it when they lie still like that.
Oh,
I like it
God.
when they lie still.
So, I mean, technically,
my
when an
God.
abandoned dies, their skin turns into that porcelain, scarred up from all their deaths, and they are cold. Just like a pillow that isn't being slept on. And he was not moving. Like Allie currently is not moving.
You broke her.
Okay, Dahmer. Jesus.
No, there's no Dahmer involved in this at all. He's an abandoned. So when an abandoned slumbers, their spirit needs time to heal, basically. It separates from the body goes inert, and the spirit floats in the area.
Oh my. Okay.
So then so that I want to reread those notes that I got from the agents. They said that he was sleeping, or his illusion, and then his body walked out. It was a body, not a spirit.
They said body, yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right.
do you throw a fundraiser, or do you talk to the doctor first, or do you want to gather more intel on him? Are we doing a fundraiser at the Basil and Beast?
Oh my God.
To help,
Bobbing for
all of the
candy
families who have been separated for 18 months due to the negligence of the Gravelighters.
Whoa,
Yeah, it's
whoa,
totally my fault
whoa.
that I was in a coma for 18 months.
Let
Let's
us
not
that
spin
is
it like
not,
that.
Yeah, let's not. That is who is our
Yeah,
PR?
that's what the,
person?
that's
That
what the
is not the way
tabloid,
to
that's what the
go.
papers say. The Merrifield, what would it be?
Look.
The Merrifield Minute says otherwise.
It would be very easy for me to just go ahead, get a rumor going, get everything circulating, and get us back in a, positive view with the public eye. It's a win-win-win situation. And if I have a partner at the end of the evening, then, all the more power
And you
to
were
us.
going to get rid of the dandy aspect of your character.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
Up to the group. I guess group vote. Do we want to bring the doctor in and talk to him?
I personally would not want to risk being that blunt this early, because whether or not he is...
You do have the luxury dining car as well, as another card was just played too. There is the luxury dining car.
Played this card.
Less exits.
Gotcha. I feel like we have good momentum building right now with him, and we are on a more favorable foot. So I don't want to necessarily risk us being too obvious about something. This is just Allie talking.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to intermission so you all can discuss this. I'm going to go to a solo GM thing really quick to give some little information to everybody on what's going on. We'll do our intermission. The group can talk in the background about how in the hell they want to handle this. And we're back in like 13. So I'm going to go over real quick here. Whoop. So everybody, this game is always full of conversations. This is the first time in 3 seasons of Ethauntia that Voss is on the right trail over Nora. Nora's got to be sick or something, everybody. Check her eyes. They might be yellow. So with that said, a couple things for you all to know. We're going to go to intermission. There's going to be a couple things at play. There's going to be our patch one and our dice. But for the streamy thing that's been going across the screen in your stream loots right now, that is how you get tickets. For every $1 you spend, you get a ticket. For every sub you do for stream loots, you get 10 tickets. And for gifted subs, you get 5. You get a drawing to get like 2 different hoodies, 2 different shirts, and a beanie. If you get the beanie, I will fucking buy it from you. I say this every time. I want the fucking beanie. But anyway, you can get that stuff. The side here that says the 1230 out of 1330, when we hit that goal, we're going to do a Darkest House marathon with like a rotating cast of guest stars to join us. And that is going to be our setup for campaign 2, which will be starting next year. So just a little idea of what's going on. I'll take us over to our break and put all that stuff up for you. We have something special. The Season 1 Warlaner patches are finally here. It's glow in the dark, only 95 limited run. They are being shipped heart of authenticity, and we are excited
The Hastings
finally
family
to having
giving
our
the
store.
Whisperer
Link
the
down
example
below.
of their
And remember,
example. But they are
like,
being
has to
subscribed
go
and
out,
share it with
hired all your
to bring the
friends.
Emerald Order there.
We
along with
hit
some of the true faith.
1,000
And
subscribers.
their job
We
is
have
to
something special.
reclaim a
giveaway.
ghost town on the edge of a crater. This crater is caused by a star that has fallen and crushed in a good chunk of the countryside. And they played during this campaign in the past, so they understand what that is.
Make sure that you rolled all the dice you should have, because you have 2 normally with the shield right now.
I maximized the murder. Yes, I did the maximum first die, as is tradition. Then the second die for the crit, and then a third die for your magical boost.
Just gonna pause for a second. Hey, Drew. It was 31 points of damage. I'm pretty sure you did the fucking math right. Oh, God damn.
I'm missing a die. 35 damage. He's right.
Eat a dick.
It's 2 dice and then a double. He's right.
Yeah.
You hit him.
I just
so
wanted to make sure.
hard.
Thank you.
You hit him so hard his teeth rattle. He punches down. You hear them crack.
Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't at the match. Never mind. You
No
do
Akata
you.
bomb today. No Akata bomb today, sir.
Oh, a bomb.
Yeah. So I'm going to. Well, slam it into the deck. Do you think that's a trip? That doesn't do any damage. Should I just do damage?
No, I was just kidding. You can.
I would do damage, and then
whatever
with
you
your
want.
other action, tripper.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody who's joining us tonight. All the new people here. Thank you for all the follows as well. We'll be back here in about 11 minutes to continue the show. Get yourself some drink, get some popcorn, get something to eat. Play your stream loot cards during. I have those up on the left-hand side. They help build Merrifield. They give hero points to our players, along with a bunch of other cool stuff. And then if you have any questions, drop them in chat. Most of the cast has been playing in this setting for over 10 years. If you have anything else that you want to know about EFP, let us know.
I'm just
Hi.
going what the screen says, man.
Drain damage. Oh, I didn't even realize Todd did that. Oh my
That's why
God.
I've been laughing the entire
You didn't
time.
notice that? Holy
my
shit.
Todd,
God.
I noticed it.
I
saw
'cause
you.
it's so small for me on the screen. I don't know why you're not grabbing every doll and just crushing them. There you are, you little bitch. Time to die. It's curb stomping time. Ow!
Fucking monster.
There you go. Give him the axe. It's still, this ball is still warm. From Gold, who is not throwing it earlier.
That's fine. I have.
Oh, you're fine. Oh,
I
so
have
now it's
fire
on fire
resistance,
as
it's
well?
fine.
Hold on.
No. I'm not saying it's on
Oh, hold
fire.
on,
I'm
I
not
got you.
But
I
like,
got
if
you,
it was
don't
gonna
worry.
burn me, it's like.
Let's get rid of that crummy blue ball. There you go. Now
Yeah,
you're
get
on
rid of the
fire. Now
blue
you got
balls.
red
You're now
balls.
inflamed.
Yeah.
You're no blue balls.
I'm
just
on
red balls.
fire. So.
There is a huge anti-magic area through here, but according to the plot that you guys, the course that you plotted, you should have been skirting it, not in it. But that is the only thing that would do what has happened here.
So it seems possibly, mayhaps, null space occurred. It's anti-magical, but we're nowhere near it. I mean, we're near it. We're always near it, especially gnome space, which is a space where gnomes live, not small space. Space is huge.
That is fucking amazing. Yes, what you said is exactly what it is.
God, I fucking love you.
That is fucking ridiculous. So on the map,
We cut to Red Ogre, and you just see her eyebrow twitching.
so a bag and going, oh, that's where that bell is coming from. And just stuffing the chips into his front face. Eating my chips? Oh, are you eating my chips? So sorry. Leaves the door and he like snags them from you.
Oh my
There's like just crumbs in the bottom of the bag. He's like
Thank
trying
you, King
to eat 'em.
Bashman, for
Has-
the tier 1 subs. While
He's
we
like,
argue about
Where is it? What do you buy? And he just lets the kid go. Wait, is this better? This might be better. They're glued, super fucking strong, and I rolled a 3. He rips the bag in half, and the chips go all over the fucking
That's
table,
like, I'm
all
just
over the
shaking
digital
my head.
paperwork. Kasha's like, don't worry, and he starts scooping them all. He pulls his shirt out and scoops them all into his shirt, and starts eating them out of his shirt.
I feel like one of them like flew up and hit the general like in.
Oh,
his head.
100%. It like hit him in the face, and he's like,
100%.
this is yours. And he just passes it across the table.
If you
all
all are
right.
drinking Diet Code Red Crash XL,
No one's
you
drinking
too
that
can roll natural
beside you.
20s.
That stuff is disgusting. Who drinks that? Swill.
I prefer the Baja Blaster.
Oh my god.
The Blue Baja Blaster, that's where your endorsement came
I can't.
That's right.
I can't.
Jesus
I can't.
Christ. Okay. I can't either. Everyone got their numbers in there? So that is the one thing I would for sure grab. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that really made it easy. So anyway, when teaching those new Divide and Try people and teaching my crew that is playing on our main show, that tool set for in between scenes helps a fucking shit ton. And that was really pretty guard for them. That would mean that the voice of the true faith is probably here as well.
Why is there so?
Why, Eric, would the voice of the true faith be here if they have a job to do for speaking for the Father?
Uh-huh.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't say anything else. I just said, uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Because you know, when the dark tides loom, you send the hand of flame. These 7 exquisite members are here to light your way. In a bright, fiery ember in a ashen core, each high-facing value painted in a bright ruby, representing the relics of the true faith. And in the darkest of tides, they still glow. These UV reactive clicky clackies are meant for your collection. Get them before the pre-orders close. October 31st. Now let's let the 7 members speak for themselves. To her competition, and how many people get too busy trying to beat their own high score in a pilot sim? Notice it's targeting one person.
Me with all the pink stuff.
Yeah, you're there. You're like waiting out front with all these things.
Cinder walks up with like 12 muffler cakes.
Even though you got all you can eat at 4.
Yeah, it's noon. I have 4 hours.
So, I know
Hands
that
went off the black ogre's like, yeah, I got you something here.
Hey, thanks, but here I got that one. Here, put that on your hand.
okay.
What's it? Oh,
So Black, you're obviously there. Green is there.
this is awesome.
Blue, do you show up after playing the squirt game?
Yeah, probably with enough prizes for everybody. Just like little.
So I need a
stuffed
roll if that through the elven forest. Phil comes running downstairs. Like, you see that? You see it was like a video game.
You were great.
We saw it all.
What was your high
four
score?
whole ships. I got 4 ships.
That's amazing.
Ray's gonna
Phil?
high five.
Tasha's like,
Here,
my score's a lot
help
higher,
Cinder
but that's
eat-
pretty good, man.
Help Cinder eat an apple before he starts making race cars out of his poop.
In a dream, are we? Well, I could take us all out of here. If you want. And you play the recording. What does the recording say?
The recording, I
Serving
think the
hands
recording
play
says
this
something
card.
like, "This is all a dream."
Mm-hmm.
And if when we have time,
Attack. You cannot
Yeah.
attack Pillar 1
Yeah,
according to your
attack
own
Pillar 1.
rules you've made.
Yeah, that I made up arbitrarily during this game.
How dare you make up things
yeah,
in this
you
game?
know, how dare I?
Flashlight's my favorite. Flashlight's the best.
Don't you ever forget it.
Yeah.
I won't.
I don't know if you're saying flashlight or fleshlight, but we're just going to let it go.
No, flashlight's on the floor, just a big sack.
Yeah, okay. Clipped.
Is there
Forward to landing and arrival, unless anybody has anything very important they want to do on the ship or a scene they want before we leave.
Yeah, I was in the kitchen making oatmeal.
You're making oatmeal?
Yep, making human oatmeal.
Are you making it with crash milk?
Yeah, you know, somebody Azuka had mentioned crash milk before, and I'm like, I'll give it a shot.
So
I
it's like
mentioned
muscle milk, but for energy.
yes.
In my brain, it's just like carbonated milk, and I'm just real gross.
Yeah.
Like a tangy
God.
carbonated milk.
Say carbonated milk on air. I don't know. I'm gonna get banned for that. Nobody wants to hear that.
Just as good as homemade yogurt. Oh my goodness.
So as you're
Oh,
pouring
God.
we'll go. It's carbonated. As you pour it in, it's flat at first, and you stir it, and all of a sudden it starts bubbling, and like all of the Fruit Loop.
Okay.
It's like jousting.
It's like jousting. Yeah, it's like jousting. Very similar.
Okay.
Is there funnel cake?
I don't know, audience. Give me a D20 roll. On a 10 or higher, there's funnel cake. But it's gonna need a new name because nothing in this game gets the fucking normal name. That is the rule.
Muffler cake.
Someone give me a D20. Floor.
I
Is there
assume-
muffler cake?
I'm sorry. Is there muff cake at the finger blasting competition?
That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Is there muffler cake?
Stop it.
I want it with whipped cream. I want it with powdered sugar. I want it with strawberries.
Someone roll me a D20 in the goddamn show. Hey everybody, hope you guys enjoyed the little 13-minute break there. Hope we got drinks, stuff like that. Those dice are only till October 31st, and then they're gone. If we ever bring the Hand of Flame back again or the Hand of Fire back again, it will be with a different color on the letters, or the color inside might change. They'll never be the same style again. They are all handmade, so they're all individually made. Everybody's is different. Every single one of them that comes out is different. 31st, I'll send all the orders out. They'll start shipping sometime November, early December, so ship them before Christmas. With that said, you saw that box pop up a couple times during a couple of our screens. That's going to release in November. It is made to match the Hand of Flame box. That'll run a little longer, just like the current boxes are running right now, if you check on the merch site. All those are done by Talon and Claw, crafted by them, and painted by 88 Riddles. If you want to know more about that, ask in the chat or join us on Thursday afternoon as we do Watching Paint Dry over on Norse Foundry. Now, with that said, we got some people who think they're Sherlock Holmes up in this bitch. So let's find out how this is actually going to go. We got 2 of them tonight instead of 1. It's usually just 1. A bunch of Holmeses, and then 1 Holmes, and then a bunch of helpers. So I'm curious at how they're going to handle this. They're talking about going to talk to the Keeper of Dreams. If you missed the last episode, she is an Odarian. They are not only pre-sundering, they are pre the show. They're so pre, they're a set piece that I made during 3.0, 3.5 that was stolen from my car at Gen Con, and we just stopped playing it when it happened. That's how old that setting is. And Ethauntia is kind of built over top of that, is moving forward in the future. So all these gods that you are hearing about, these keepers, were gods in the old game. So that makes a little more sense to the people who are new. All right, cast, you guys ready? Do you know what you want to do in the background? Do we know where we're going? Yeah?
I
think so.
Group consensus is to talk to the Keeper of Dreams.
Okay, I will take us over to the Keeper of Dreams. The Keeper of Dreams is an amazing map piece. I'm 100% fine going here. We're going to go to the Onaniro Studium. This is this map here. This is the overhead. Feel free to drag yourselves on the map. So this is our overhead for what it looks like. This is a large library with light pouring in, but from the outside of this place, it is a disheveled building that has not been rebuilt by the citizens of Merrifield yet. It's on the east side of the town, but it is still inside the wall when Merrifield would disappear. She is in a robe. She's cleaning the place up. The water tower is no longer in the middle of this place. That obviously disappeared from the last episode. When that goes up, or you can watch it in the VODs on Twitch. She is happy. She's in pretty good spirits. She has a couple other people here helping her. They're all robed, but when they pass by you, you don't see a solidified form in them. There's nothing material. There's some form of ethereal creatures helping her. They're wearing gloves and they're walking around and like stocking books, scribing in things, checking those books that when they open them, the dreams almost pop up like a pop-up book, and they're checking things and closing them and making sure everything is running appropriately. She turns and greets, I would say probably Voss and Nora first. For those who don't remember her name, I think you guys have it. Is it just Voss and Nora that knows it, or does everybody know it?
I think everybody knows it.
Yeah, I think everyone knows it. 'Cause I think Foxglove found it out first.
Let me look
and
here.
Then when I was talking to her, I was like,
Yeah,
what should I call
Gazrin.
you?
So she says, oh, hi, everybody. It's wonderful to see you. May I tell you how nice everybody here in Merrifield is? It has been fantastic speaking to people. They come to the door. They ask what construction's going on. There's a doctor that has shown up once. The sorceress that is here, she's fantastic. A little short-tempered, but she asked what type of work that I do, saying that Merrifield welcomes anyone in, then immediately started asking me questions about magic. And then a woman, very, very attractive woman, came with a bunch of, well, there's a crate over there, and she points, and there's just a case of liquor.
Okay.
She said that this is for lubricating conversations. Very attractive woman. I've never seen anything like this. I believe she is a siren, if I remember correctly, is what they are. But she was wonderful. Then she ran off somewhere. Very large pole arm on her back with a weird wooden, I don't know how you would swing it. She's describing the Sky Hunter in Lysynthia as she's talking about the liquor, and sure enough, there's a box of, like a crate of rum in the corner of the room next to the statue. Well, why are you all here? I'm so sorry. I'm rambling. It's nice to not be trapped in a fireplace.
Well, we're glad you're enjoying our home. It's lovely to have you here.
Yes. What can I do for you?
Speaking of,
I'll let Voss go.
go I was going to
I'll let
say,
Voss go. He's already got it going on.
Speaking of your guests that you mentioned, the doctor that showed up, what was your interaction with him like, by any chance? Could you tell us?
He was quite kind. He was wearing a bird's mask, which was very odd. I've never... I'm not familiar with that look. If it's something I should know, I do not. But
do we know why he does that? Like, do we know like the reason for the plague mask?
Never asked him.
Okay.
My notes for him say that he's always worn it. You've only seen him without it twice right now.
Yeah.
Did he
took
wear
us
it
a
while he was
season and a half to
sleeping?
even ask his name.
No, he did not wear it when he's sleeping at all. When he was working, he always wore it.
Okay.
But around you, he did not.
Okay.
Pale
Already making
skin,
progress.
green eyes, glowing green eyes. He's definitely an abandoned.
Okay.
Like without question.
It could be that he's just trying to steal my style. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh no, they're not that kind of green. They are like glowing, eerie, ghostial green.
No, he's talking about the bird mask.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, you're Emerald Order. Just making sure.
Well, that's good. Nora, why don't you go ahead and...
Well, Voss, you seem concerned.
Well, he kind of looks around like, are all your assistants here yours, or are they people from the town?
And she turns and she grabs like a hood and pulls it back, and the robe just collapses.
Right.
Just servants. Spectral servants. Dreams. When I sleep, I remember what I want to do for the next day. I dream about it, and they go about their business for the day. When I wake up, it's like multiple of me doing their job.
That sounds very handy.
It is. It's quite fantastic.
We should talk
Also
about
safe.
that more
Also
later.
safe.
Also safe. So the reason that we're here,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Do
it's
you
really
wanna-
no.
Do you want to
I
take
mean,
point, boss?
Come on.
I mean, Nora, I mean, we all know that you're the smartest person in the room, so why don't you go ahead and lead on?
You seem perturbed. I remember. Lysynthia said, and she reaches down and she grabs the rum, and she like twists off this cork and pulls it, and the whole room smells like mandarin oranges and liquor.
Oh boy. And Voss is immediately having flashbacks to college.
And she sets down teacups because that's all she has, and she starts pouring the rum in it.
I'll go in my satchel and pull out a blue demon shot glass.
We're doing this. We're doing. Yeah,
Who's-
all right. Fuck it.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
He's the blue demon. He's a very popular luchador.
What is a luchador?
Masked
fight-
wrestlers.
Fighters for sport, although not in.
Gladiators.
Not
Similar.
as
Similar, not as
final in the decisions. You might think it's more of a. It's all competitive. It's not always friendly competition, but people don't usually die at the end. I'll put it that way.
No, think of it as like a cross between gladiators, but also jesters. They're there to entertain, to pump up the audience. There's a lot of audience interaction.
They're
They
knights.
become similar. They almost become icons, celebrities who the public just adores, and they root for their favorite. Very much like knights, but unarmed. Melee combat.
There was a
So it's
god
only
back
skill.
where I'm from who was a knight, and they talked a lot and never fought. And then when they fought, it wasn't real. They never killed each other. So they're like jousting and knights.
So, yes,
You've-
but think
You've been to
unarmed
medieval times.
melee combat.
For your birthday.
It's very interesting. We'll have to take you at some point if you're interested.
Once the studium is done, maybe, yes.
Of course.
But anyway, drinks, and she takes it, and she takes it, she cheers it, and instead of knocking it against something, you actually lift it over your head and then drink it. Because in the world of Ethauntia, you do not want your liquids to be low to the ground.
right.
Because if there's tides, you're gonna be drinking some poison. And she lifts it and then brings it down, takes shots. She says, Lysynthia says you don't tap wood, you tap air, and then you drink it.
Right.
It's very good. I liked it. It was very warm.
Erik, where is this from?
Oh shit, you know that stuff. It is bottled and made in the old area of New Bolivar. The mandarin oranges are grown by the True Faith in a very small field, I'll say, or small group of trees. There's no way that this liquor is legal.
Yeah. He's had this once.
Yes, it's very, I'd say it's probably like 100 gales a bottle. Like no joke.
Uh-huh. Oh my.
Enjoy as much as you want. There's like 12 bottles over here. And she just sets the bottle in the middle, and it's a round bottom to it and a really narrow neck with a wide mouth. And there are floating pieces of the orange inside the rum.
Nora, did you drink yours yet?
No.
Okay. Voss will like look at you and be like, "This is the good stuff. I don't know if you've ever had this enough, but it's, oh my god." All right.
It's like you say that, and I'm kind of like, oh,
yay.
And then like a slightly disappointed look on her face as she takes like a little sip, and then I slide it over to Voss.
All right.
Because it tastes like ash to me.
That's right.
Oh, she coughs. Miss Tenwick, what would you like to ask me? Do you mind if I work while we're speaking?
That's fine. I do that.
She sits down, and then all the spirits go back, or the dream images go back to working.
So, as you are aware, we've been having issues with your counterpart.
Oh, yes. The Keeper of Nightmares. Yes.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Unfortunately, now we're doubly concerned. The gentleman who visited you, the doctor, he is a vessel for the Keeper of Nightmares. And Voss is just chugging away.
So, active avatar vessel, whatever you're calling it?
We're not sure. At first, the research that I did, we thought he was perhaps unaware of his connection to the other keeper. Perhaps he was hidden because he was trapped inside Merrifield for 18 months, but now he's out, and we are concerned that the keeper may be using him to find out where we are.
We'll bring him here. If he's not active, right? Once in here, the Keeper of Nightmares can't make it into the Studium of Dreams.
We're not sure if he's active.
Knock him out. Oh, don't do that, actually.
Yeah, actually, that's part of the.
That's the other thing we came to talk to you about. So,
we have reason to believe that, and Voss just like you can tell
regurgitates after a fortitude save.
Okay.
As Everson sees him pour his fourth one.
Oh, nat 20!
Totally fine, as a Volg should be. As a vulture-like creature should be.
Let me read this bottle.
I was rolling will saves each time. I rolled a 4 after the second shot. I was like, fuck. I kept going, but I rolled a 17 the second time. So he stops. But he is a little bit
more sweary than normal, speaking in Vulgar, the native tongue of Vulg more.
It's not in Vulg yet, but he definitely just jumps in on conversation, kind of cutting Nora off.
Oh, she looks back and forth.
That is part of the problem, is that we think he might. There's a possibility he might know what he is, and so that's part of the reason why he's not sleeping or trying not to fall asleep, so that he can't.
Vessels should never know that they're vessels.
Well, he may know that something's wrong, and so I don't know, but we know that.
Oh, the doctor is like me.
Go ahead, Nora.
The doctor isn't abandoned, and normally we don't sleep. Our body.
You're an
rests.
abandoned?
Yes.
Is an abandoned dead?
Technically speaking.
Is an abandoned living?
Also technically speaking.
I am not quite sure how that works, but I believe you.
So normally we don't.
No.
Sleep.
You don't need to explain it. That's fine. No. I'll look at it after you leave.
Well, the reason I'm explaining it is to explain the situation
I
that he might
apologize.
be in. So normally we don't sleep.
Okay.
Our spirits leave our bodies. Our body rests on the ground.
Like death.
Like death, yes. Basically, when we revert to how we died. Our spirits float around.
Ooh, okay, this sounds horrible.
It's actually not that bad. What is concerning is that since this has started, long story short, I shouldn't have been in a coma for 18 months sleeping.
Not possible?
I don't sleep.
Yeah, it's.
And the doctor, also being abandoned, shouldn't be sleeping either, but he has to rest somehow. So he should be normally leaving his body, but we have reports that he leaves an illusion of his body and then he gets up and walks away. So that's why we're wondering if he
hold on. And
knows something is
she
up.
gets up, she wanders off, and you see other spirits moving around, giving you guys a moment to just sit there. If there's anything you want to discuss, you can, but she is going to come back with something. So if there's anything you want to say, not directly in her presence, you can. If not, you can just wait for her to come back.
I laid all my cards on the
Nora.
table, really. So.
All right.
Nora, I have to say, I'm really bummed that you can't taste this, because this moment that we could have shared just now, it's like when we went to see the Blue Demon together. It is.
Oh my god!
Like it's just. I haven't had this in years, and I'm just really sad that I can't share it.
She walks by you and goes, "Can Everston drink it?"
Let me see the bottle. I want to read it.
And I will pick it up and take it from boss. Like, oh, okay, let's see. And I'll set it up on a very high shelf.
What, mate? What are you?
Because you're 10 foot tall.
No, thank you. I'm the designated flyer.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Lillian is sipping hers quietly. She's on her second little glass, not saying a damn word.
She says,
I have mildly offended.
I have something. And she comes over and she sets down like it's an old chainmail bag that has a circle of like little pockets of circles of blue woven into it. The fabric that comes out of it is blues and golds. And she sets it down. She says, so this here is it will allow you to speak to this doctor without the chance of the vessel being activated.
Oh.
Set it in the middle of the table, open it, and pull the bag down. Inside there will be a sphere of sorts that is swirling. It is the captured dreams of an individual. They will cloud the area, stopping the Keeper of Nightmares from being able to do anything to him. I don't know how long it'll last, but it should give you enough time to speak with him safely. Or, if needed, to destroy the vessel.
Oh.
Is that not your goal? That's how we would have taken care of it.
We don't want to destroy him because he's been helping protect Merrifield and the citizens.
Has he helped protect Merrifield and the citizens better than if the danger of the Keeper of Nightmares was to show up? Because if he was taken, the Keeper of Nightmares shows up, that means he has left the realm of nightmares, and he is in the material area, which means he can bring nightmares with him, causing more chaos than anything you've seen. I'm just giving you a way to handle a divine being, if needed.
We appreciate that very much, Your Majesty, and that would, that would certainly help the situation. Obviously,
Majesty? I am
not. You're majestic.
I am not a queen.
If we.
Drink.
Anyway,
he moves it to a higher shelf.
You know I can fly, right? Listen, what we
don't cast and drive.
Costs, we would like. True statement. We would like to preserve the being that he is without the influence of
the other one, because he is doing genuine good to all those around him, and it's well, that's just not what we're about.
I can't tell you what to do. I'm just giving you a way to at least talk to him then. Now, she tells you the item does work more than once, but you only get about 1 use a day out of it for about 10 minutes. It is the endless grim ore of dreams. Basically, it makes a labyrinth or a maze in the area that stops nightmares from being able to enter someone's dreams. If used while awake, you get 10 minutes. If used that day while slumbering, you get your full 8 hours without the chance. Well, I shouldn't say the chance. Without an easy chance of nightmares getting to you.
Interesting.
So wake 10 minutes, slumber 8 hours. And it works out to 60 foot. Basically giving you a space to talk in. It's not like a 5x5 cube. Use this, keep it, take it with you. It is a rare ore that doesn't exist anywhere here, I don't believe. Barely existed where I'm from. Where dreams and people manifest together, there's a chance for this ore to form over time. Usually found near, like, where undead slumber or where people have been put under a spell for a long time period. That's usually where you find these types of ore.
What's the ore?
Grim ore. Like grim and then ore.
Ore.
So like people stuck in a coma for 18 months.
Oh yes, this could cause that if there was enough. It would create some of this material. It would either create grim ore or slumber ore. They're different things. Slumber ore is what is used for nightmares to form, usually. They're kind of protections of what their name is.
Slumber ore.
Mm-hmm.
And is that created through nightmares?
Well, it depends. Sometimes it's through people sleeping in an area. Other ones are from nightmare. Grim ore is usually created through nightmares, and slumber ore is created through dreams. They are used to keep those people locked outside. It's like a poison. You use it to create antitoxin. So you're using it to create a nightmare maze for the nightmare to get in, and dreams the opposite.
So, if we use it during the sleep part, we need to all be within the radius of
60
it.
foot, roughly.
Okay. Right. Okay. Good.
Again, if you wish to bring him here, I could speak to him, and if the Keeper of Nightmares is in it, I could destroy him for you. But you'd have to bring him here.
I think we could arrange that.
So
destroy him as in the Keeper of Nightmares.
The vessel. He only has one right now. As I only have one.
So, real quick, out of character, just some understanding. The Grim Ore is
stops
created,
nightmares.
Is it created by nightmares to stop nightmares?
Correct.
Okay, so then the Slumber Ore
is created by dreams to stop dreams.
To stop dreams.
The name entitles what it stops.
Right. I think my rules regarding the True Father may come in handy, or may have to.
Correct. Is there anything else you want to ask her before you leave?
I am very conflicted. Nora's conflicted. Kelly's not conflicted. Nora's conflicted. Let's put that way.
Welcome to the show.
Well, Kelly would just say.
No dilemma yet.
No, it is, because it's like we can. Thank you for this ore. We greatly appreciate it. We will discuss our options and weigh the pros and cons of destroying the vessel outright. I'm looking to Foxglove, but not like we're gonna do it. Like, I want to talk to everybody first and try not to do that. And then I have some other things to discuss. But yes, we'll see about talking to the doctor using this, see if there's a way we can cut the tether. And if there's not,
yes,
then
let me know. I don't sleep often. When my sleep is like meditation. Come back if you need me. Oh, take a bottle with you. And she walks down and she grabs one of the rum bottles and hands it to Voss. You seem to like it the most.
Thank you so much. He puts
it's
it
unopened.
In his pouch. Puts it in his pouch.
Is it a magical pouch?
No.
It is literally this big around.
Voss, you know I won't drink it.
You can just carry it.
I mean, that's true. I'll just carry it.
I'll put it in the flat cannon.
Oh, 100 gales down the drain.
What is this? Plan B.
So
most expensive Molotov cocktail ever.
If there's nothing else really to ask her, my question is for our scene transition, are we outside the wagon of the doctor? Or are you discussing something on the walk to the doctor?
I feel like oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think we would probably talk before going straight there because we want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Right.
Okay. Are you doing it in front of her or are you going to do it when you leave?
After leaving, I think.
So I'll give you some out of character moment to discuss what you want to do here. I'm going to look through our cards while you're doing it. Because we have a ton.
So
I mean, I feel like if we do want to talk to him, I feel like Kelly, should we do it in the train car since it's somewhat protected? Anyway.
So so out of character, flat out, Kelly just wants to take him to the Keeper of Dreams and hope nothing goes wrong and just have her get him. Nora is not that way. So from Nora's point of view, if we're going to talk to him, we should probably do it in a somewhat, I don't want to say public place, but maybe one of the dining cars or Basil and Beast, because then we can pull out the ore as like, oh, look at not pull it out in front of him or whatever necessarily, but like set it up as like a centerpiece to the table that we're at. And then we can have a conversation with him, because I'm afraid that if we bring him into my office, especially since he may like Foxglove more, but we may still be like kind of on his shit list a little bit, like neutral, because we did bail. Like, I don't want to be like, hey man, you want to come over to my office? And then we're all just standing there interrogating him. Like, I feel if we have him in a car, like a public, like a, like I said, a private car, but like a luxury car for dinner or the Basil and Beast, if things get too weird, he can bail, and it's not like, oh, we're interrogating him. Like, we're out in public.
It's intervention for his sleep habits.
Even then, during dinner, depending on if we all go, then I could ask him, like, I was in a coma for 18 months. I didn't know that was even possible for us. Like, do you have any ideas or theories or whatever? You're a man of science.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And
use
that
him
way,
as
use him as a source of information. But then as we talk to him, we can see if during that conversation, if he's like, oh yeah, I do this to keep myself safe, or anything like that. And then if it turns out that we do have to take him out, or things go poorly at dinner, there's witnesses. Hopefully he wouldn't do anything beyond the pale, and then we can go from there.
And he still has his own reputation to upkeep, so
right.
Seems smart.
And then after that, there's other things that I would like to discuss, potentially using this ore, but I need to make some rolls for my second 2 weeks of downtime.
Okay. So then what rolls would you like to make?
I guess during that point, well, I don't know. If the dream study's not up yet, then I can't make it.
It's not. The studium is not up yet.
Okay.
You can make it without that. It's just very difficult without the studium.
Okay.
Like, above what I think you're going to be able to make.
Okay. Just because I wanted one of my downtime actions was to try and figure out if our dreams regarding the true
I
father
know.
were accurate.
I know, but you don't have a way to really do that because the studium's not completed yet.
Okay. So then
You can make a guesstimate, but even that would just be from tracking your notes and things like that.
I mean, if the guesstimate would help narrow it down when the studium is complete, then I would spend my week doing that.
Nah, not worth
No?
it. Mm-mm.
Okay.
You'd be better off with like having data because it's so new to you. It's not a field of your study.
Right.
Like really, now it will be. The Dream Knights might have an idea on that because they have access to stuff. You're not a Dream Knight.
Then could I go talk to them?
I don't even think you know who they are yet. You guys just got back, other than like the words that have been shared.
Okay.
They're kind of a secret organization. Terry would know them. You can ask Terry to ask to have Lysynthia come to you. That would probably be the best thing to do. And then during your next downtime, Lysynthia could show up and talk with you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think my other one's gonna come into play.
Okay. And this is discussed in the train car, correct? Before you guys go out?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Anything else before we talk to the doctor?
I mean, do you guys want me to, being in good favor with him, approach him and invite him to dinner and approach it as like that? Like, I'd really love you to get to know my friends better. Like, sort of thing. So that he's like...
I mean, you could, and then you could even, and then you could.
Then we can bust out that liquor. Oh, wait.
Well, okay. Actually, yes. So here we go. Here we go. So, Foxglove, you say, hey, I want you to get to know my friends a little bit better. One of them actually has some questions because she was in a coma and she didn't think that was something that could happen to her. Like, you could just straight up, because I mean, that's exactly what happened. Nora will absolutely be like, oh yeah, it was totally me. And this is really frustrating me because I'm either master or legendary in this. And I want to know the answers. Right. And then kind of go from there. And then maybe with that, then he'll be like, oh, they didn't just fuck off for 18 months doing nothing. They were legitimately trapped in a coma. Whoops. Like, and then.
And
cool.
If he, the thing is, like, if he is, like, in cahoots, like, with, oh my god, I was about to give Darkane the nickname Big D.
Wow.
I hate myself. I hate myself. Good night.
Well,
swing and a hit.
Let's swing and a 10-inch hit. So, do you want to go by yourself
colon
to talk to him?
Yeah, I'd probably go solo to just like frame the question.
Does anyone follow her stealthily?
If it is, it's gonna be Nora, because
almost picked up the invisibility armor rune for our freebie this time around. I was like, wouldn't that be fun?
Well, I mean, Voss has
Once a
invisibility,
day,
I assume.
Invisible.
I do.
But no.
Would you like to follow her invisible? Because you got spider climb, fly, fuck all, who knows what else.
Other insect related
abilities.
Cool.
You know what? Hang on. Do I have that? Do I have that memorized? Fuck, what level spell is that?
You could use another spell card. That's what they're here for.
How many do we have left?
2. I think 2. Yep, 3 now.
What about the new
3.
cantrip?
Anna played another
Yeah.
one, so 3.
What about your new cantrip, Calcor's Instant Sober?
That's not a spell. It never will be.
Prestidigitation. Oh shit! I don't have it. I thought I had invisibility, but I guess I don't.
It's like when
Then I guess you're going by yourself. Let me turn Voss off.
All those years ago, Chris, who was playing with us, couldn't.
Well, Foxglove, you're by yourself unless someone says something in the background and decides they want to stealth there. If so, I will add them to this.
I think it would make sense if Nora came along and held back a little bit. So it could be kind of like a knock knock, like, it's me and my friend, and then kind of like, go
Nora,
like,
give me a
"Hey,
stealth
my
check."
friend has some questions.
Okay, so we're doing the stealth for now, and then when I inevitably we will go with the I was too embarrassed to tell you about my health issues.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
While you're stealthing. Oh, that's in the background.
That's a 34, and that's pretty good actually for me because I'm only trained in it.
How far of a distance do you want to keep? You're walking through the busy
30
streets of Merrifield.
30 to 60 because I can. Yeah, 30 to 60 because I can stride 35 feet.
Well, you pick one of the two.
We'll do 30, and then if they end up being like in a more isolated area, then I would do 60, but like really keep an ear out so that if I had to, I could beat feet to head over there and help her out.
Okay. So Merrifield's not a large town. It is a little bigger than the average town. This was a ghost town with no one in it. We're near 7,000 people now. As you two make your way there, he is parked usually outside of the town hall, which is number 12 on the map, with a circle top because it has its own water tower for like crisis situations, right? That's roughly what you're looking at. But today he is not there. He is actually parked to the south, in this little block of apartments and buildings. He's in the center. There are trees there, and he is currently tending to a line of about 20 people. Pretty normal for him. What do you want to do, Lillian?
Lillian will rat-a-tat-tat at the door.
So his wagon is set up. Out front, he's got a black ox pulling it. It's in leather armor. It has a bunch of pouches and stuff hanging off of it. He is does not make eye contact with you when you first show up. He's all business right now. Do you wait for him to finish what he's doing before you walk up and talk to him?
Yeah.
You wait a couple.
He's in the zone. I'm gonna respect that.
All right. You wait a couple minutes. He finishes up the kid. He's like, all right, now here's the deal. When you're done, you need to make sure that, well, you don't walk on it. Your leg is broken. Don't worry, I reset it properly. And the kid's got like a splint and like tight wrappings and some form of like paste or tar over it. Come see me in a couple of weeks and we will test it. If the pain is gone, we will cut this tar cast off and you should be good. And he looks to you and the kid's like, Mom, it burns. He's like, it will burn. Oh, wait, hold on. And he pulls out like a long metal rod to scratch. Trust me, you'll need it. Oh, Lillian. And he's got the huge nose and that like leather styled plague doctor mask. He's got trinkets hanging all off the beak. And he when everyone like he walks away from the line, he grabs it and kind of pulls it back enough to where you can see his face. He is very pale with those like really faint green eyes. Lillian, it's great to see you. I don't really have time to talk. I have quite a line.
Oh, of course. I was just thinking, it would be after our vacation. My friends are asking about you a little bit, and
why?
One of them actually. Well, we're a very close group, and considering that you came out and we had such a great time, it would mean a lot if maybe we could do dinner, and my friend could pick your brain about some medical issues that she encountered. Fell into a bit of a coma and didn't really think that was possible, but we can get into the details later. Again, meal is my treat, so.
He hears like you're paying and he goes, well, I need to, I've been gone so long and there's so many ill in the city. I don't know. If you want him to come, you're going to need to give me a check. Are you using deception to corner him into a lie and really might be killing him or fucking him over? Or do you sincerely want to go to dinner with him and you're not inviting the team?
I sincerely do want to go to dinner. I do want people there as well. I'm going to use persuasion.
So he says just us, and we meet them there, maybe at a party or something like that.
Oh, we could do dinner beforehand.
I don't like a lot of questions. My work freaks people out. They all get worried and upset. And
trust me, this group will not get upset easily.
Well, I don't know about that. If Terry has spoken about the anger of some of these people.
Oh, don't worry. I can calm them down easily if anything gets heated. I highly doubt it, though. They're all very even. It's fine. But here's the thing. One of my friends did get their hands on a bottle of Mandarin rum rum.
I don't drink.
Oh, yes, that's... I just forgot about that. Well, we could do a dessert.
If I drink,
then.
my hands are not still. My hands must always be still. You never know when something bad will happen.
Oh, I understand that. Well, we could do a tea.
I haven't drank anything in... I can't even remember the last time.
We could do dinner, then a tea.
Oh, I would be down for that. Yes.
Perfect. That sounds like a win-win situation.
Win. And he opens the door and he looks inside. He's like, there are two bodies next to each other with hoses, two pigs on each side, blood draining into the two people.
Oh, fascinating. I love seeing you work, I do have to say.
That man there has lycanthropy? It's the second time I've had it happen since I've been in Merrifield. And that one there is his child who is already dying. So we're using the blood of the child to cure the father.
Right. Oh, genius. Well, when
life for a life.
Your schedule. Mm-hmm.
When do you? Tonight? Tomorrow?
Tonight works, or tomorrow. I'm pretty flexible for the next 3 days.
We could do tonight. He looks at the line. He kind of tiptoes and looks up back. He's like, I should be done by sunfall.
Absolutely. That
and it's
great.
already grim and dark because this world does not have a lot of sun. And you see blasts of fire in the background in the Arcodius crater still. Sure. Where are we eating? Are you going to do the train car as a group? Or are you going to do the Basil and Beast? Train car just got another luxury card played. Its social etiquette's pretty high.
Why don't we... Okay, would you prefer a restaurant? Or I do hear that the train has a new luxury car. However, we did just spend quite some time on the train, so I understand if you.
I love the train. I always travel. And he taps his wagon. Being still is very odd. I don't like being in one place for too long. I feel like I'm being watched or stalked.
Right. The opposite of with your hands.
What?
Never mind. The train card is.
Okay. Excellent luxury car it is. Miss Foxglove, do you have multiple personalities? Have you ever had anyone look at that?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I've had it done. Marsden is quite the therapist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've heard great things.
And we talked about this on vacation. I swear you have looked like a snake before.
Don't flatter me too much.
No. I mean, quite beautiful. Just I remember more scales. I'm sorry, lack of sleep, and he does have the largest bags under his eyes. And he goes, okay, well, I'll see you tonight. And he pulls it back down. He's like, oh, this next person is quite sick. Do not stand too close. Sir, how are you doing? I see your fingers are missing. Come on. No roll required. You gave him his answers. He didn't question anything. Nora, do you stay around and watch? Or do you leave with Lillian?
I will wait a little bit, and then I will catch up to Lillian.
Cool. Give me a perception check.
Okay. I am using a patch.
All right.
Because that was a 6.
Well, that's a great roll. You should have kept it.
No, I feel like I'm good. I feel like A 9 is slightly better. So that's going to be a 38.
38, okay, or 38 is really good. So he walks and talks to the guy missing the fingers. He goes through and he's like, yes, the disease you have is quite bad. If we were to chop above the wrist, while jewelry crafting is going to be very difficult, you will survive. But if we don't cut it above the wrist, I'm afraid it's just going to spread. And the last thing we want is you having the bleak spread too far. So maybe the elbow would be safer, actually. We'll chop it at the elbow. We'll cauterize the wound. I'll give you a nice leather cap for it. I have all of it inside. We'll go to the front side of the wagon. We can have this done. The guy's like, yes, please. I don't want anyone to be sick from me. And he walks around, and sure enough, you hear a bone saw. Screaming, someone passes out. The man comes out a little bit later, looks like he's woozy. The family walks him away, and the guy's missing his arm from here down. Next!
Well, I was going to, but it was too late because the saw just came out and burnt.
Oh yeah, I want the money, Nora. So with that, is there anything else you want to do here before we cut scenes to the group? Unless you want to go down and talk to him by yourself.
No, I think I'll actually do what Voss kind of suggested. I'm gonna go, like, catch up to this family and this family with the man who just got his arm.
Sure.
And to say I'm terribly sorry. I know this is not perhaps the most opportune time, but should you wish to have a replacement crafted?
A replacement for my arm?
Yes.
Oh. Is that something you can do?
I cannot, but I know someone who might be able to help you, and they might also be able to make sure that the bleak is completely out of your system.
The bleakness is from metal that I was smithing. I didn't know it was tainted, and I was working with it for weeks, and well, and he seems like in and out of it. His wife goes, ma'am, he worked some tainted jewel metals, and it corrupted his eye and his arm, and the doctor said the arm had to go for him to survive. Because as we know, there's no cure for the bleakness. You recognize the guy. He owns a small jewelry shop in town. They're the Vogels. They've been here since like season 1.
Okay. Well, I say, that is true, but medicine is advancing every day. How's the eye? Is the eye going to be a replacement?
He said, "Oh, this is fake. I made this." And he pulls the eye out, and he's like, "It's just a glass orb." And he pops it back in. But it moves with him sort of well. It's not 100%, but it kind of does.
Okay. Well, I'll still
send him to Voss.
Send them to Voss,
All
and
right.
I'll write like a note of introduction so that Voss, they just don't go like, "Hey, we heard you could help." Like, there'll actually be a reason for them helping.
I will mark that it's sent to Voss. We'll deal with that later. Anything else before we get rid of the group and we close up the show?
I'm good. I really just wanted to make sure that Lillian and I weren't seen together while she was asking him out.
Will do. Back to the group it is. So, group, back at the train. Everyone here. The luxury car. Are you going to get private, like second floor, one of the closed-in booths, or are you going to pay to have nobody on the train car? Or are you going to throw a party and talk to him in private, one of the booths, and just keep it light?
I think that sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I think it might behoove us to throw a little shindig, yeah? Kind of raise up the spirits of the townsfolk, show them that we're...
Do we want some emotional healing for the town?
Versus emotional healing. Yeah, versus emotional damage. Let's do it up.
Okay.
So, I would want to just make sure that he is ushered immediately up to a private area, because he already made it seem like maybe he was a little peopled out and didn't want a lot of questions. And if he were mingling, he might get some immediate Doctor, oh, I've been meaning to talk to you about this sort of
Which
stuff.
I'm already going to be doing to him.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Now, do I know that he looked like super tired?
Oh, yeah, you can see it from distance. It's obvious.
Okay.
All right, hit points are upgraded. I'm gonna have the audience here roll in a minute for healing.
I had a good idea, but also a dumb idea. So let's keep that in our back pocket.
What's your dumb idea?
Well, I was thinking, like, depending on how this talk goes, we could then have him sleep in the aura of this orb or this ore to actually get a good night's sleep.
I was thinking the same thing.
Boy,
But
I
that's
don't know
if all
who
this
could
goes.
arrange that out of the group.
Well, it's more like to make sure that this all goes well first before we jump to that. Yeah, gosh, I don't know, Lillian.
All right, so we got some emotional. DK played one. KJ's played one tonight. The emotional support card allows you to heal some of the damage with the upgrade to hit points. They're not there yet. 439 of 813 is what we're at so far out of healing the place up. Someone roll exclamation point 4D8 in chat. We need 2 people to do it. We're going to use 2 cards. Yeah, they don't update right away, Drew. When you first play them, they take time to show up.
It was like 10 minutes ago.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Not HP, support. Supports the blue ones. Supports the blue ones.
Oh.
Yeah. So 48 from the audience tonight. Exclamation point 48. We'll heal up whatever those totals are on to our current amount, letting them be a little bit better. I've got a 23, which is dope. And then whoever's got the next one.
Michael Jordan.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Great.
Love it.
So are you throwing a party? You're throwing a party.
I think so. I think that's why, or like a
Okay.
low key kind of shindig.
I
but
need so
think that's how
rumors to get the party
justifying.
going.
Yeah.
2.
Done and done.
You can easily, Omar will just give you whatever you want there because you help make the Tide Runner and vice versa. We need one more roll for a 48 from the audience. And then whatever food you want served will be taken care of, all that kind of stuff. Remember, though, he is an abandoned. They don't eat. He enjoys watching other people eat for nostalgia, the feeling, stuff like that, but he himself does not actually eat.
Oh. So then he's like me. Okay. Good to know.
And that's something you should easily tell you. So we're up to 470. It's pretty good. We're feeling better. We're not 100%. So rumors, what you got for me here? I'll pull it up so you can slap it on the frame or on the cam.
So that's where you will roll that deception check with a modifier in secret to find out how successful it is.
This would be the town, I would guess, right? Because you're inviting the town. Okay. While you're doing this, a man walks up to you when you're sowing the rumors of the town. He is wearing what looks to be like a blue jacket, black and grayish slacks, slicked back, dirty, blondish hair. And he's like, Lillian, you are Lillian, correct?
Who's asking?
He leans in, looks and goes, it's Prith.
What? No.
I
Really?
I heard you're throwing a party on my train.
Yes.
Oh no.
It's a new little dining car that opened.
I'm
We're trying to do
flattered.
it. Yes, I'm so
What
excited.
gift do you have for using my train?
Oh, what gift do you want? Wait.
That is not how that works.
Wait.
Like shot glasses.
Do you like shot glasses? I know where you'll buy a Blue Demon one today. It's on your train.
No, so she's gonna reach into her bag and go, I can get you something of a little bit better value back from the house, but
Oh, let's go.
get
And
a
she
kick
and
out of-
he puts his hand behind you and follows you.
okay, but I thought you might get a kick out of this, and she's gonna take out some more of those pressed coins.
You think I don't have coins?
I thought you might like to.
Well,
I'll
take
show
those
you
too, of
some
course,
more.
but...
Yes. But they're pressed. Look, because they're
The maw.
they're commemorative. Yes.
Pieces of...
It's fun, right?
You
But
ruined
no,
Okay, he
no,
takes
don't
it
worry
and
about it.
puts it in the coat. But yes, I'll follow you for whatever the gift you have for using my train.
And she's going to kind of like look him over a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and go, okay, so you tend to like blues, right?
Greens.
The color greens.
Oh, this isn't green. I apologize. I was trying to blend in
Yes.
Earth God
but-
and all. And he's wearing like sort of Earth God colors, but it's not 100%.
Right. Okay.
So where are you leading him back to?
Oh, I'm just going back to my house.
Okay, follows you to your house.
Yeah.
Walks into your
and-
house.
Absolutely. Can I
How
do a quick
much-
insight? Make sure this is in fact Prith.
How much for the house? As he starts looking around.
For that house, Prith, I have to stay here for now.
You can still
but,
stay here.
I mean, we could be roommates. I'm not here too often.
No. I would like to buy it. I'm looking to buy up Merrifield.
Really? Okay.
Oh boy, he's gonna have to have talk with Loretta.
Sell him a bridge.
Sell the bridge.
I was gonna take this opportunity to talk to the gentleman about buying that town,
I know. Well, we'll get to that.
but apparently Prith thinks the train is his, and I guess he didn't talk to Omar about that.
Nope.
Cool.
Why would he?
This fucking kid.
Not a kid.
Doesn't matter. This fucking kid. That's gonna be what Nora said internally.
Not
doesn't
a kid.
matter.
Not a kid. But yes, I hear what you're saying.
Before you, and that was already brought up like as a group, right?
What was?
Yeah, I think in passing, Nora's like, also, I need to talk to somebody about buying a burned out city, I guess.
Okay, so Lillian's gonna go, okay, well, we can talk about that later after the party because I'm not going to ruin a surprise, and I'm just gonna wink at him.
Oh, I love surprises.
Good. In the meanwhile, I just want to give you a little something. And she is going to go to her own jewelry case and find a like a signet ring that has I was gonna say aquamarine. I guess we'll go with peridot then for that green stone embedded on it. Just something that she has, but it is like pretty good quality because Lillian does have a decent amount of stuff like from her family. And she's gonna kind of look at it and bring it over while like kind of polishing some of the gold on it and hand it over to him and just go, I just thought this would look nice on you. Just something a little bit for now, okay?
I am very interested in what you are showing me. Do you know if the lantern is for sale that they carry?
Oh, I'm afraid not, but we could probably find a lantern for you.
It'd be a nice collection piece.
It really would. I'm sure we could go talk to Voss if you'd like. I bet he could make you one.
Do you?
That's like your own, you know?
Really?
I'm sure.
City and everything.
Oh, I don't know about that part, but we can figure it out.
Please give me whatever fucking check you're doing to fast talk an adult bronze dragon.
I just want to say she has the power to talk him out of this, and yet she's not doing
I know.
Oh, I'm just going with diplomacy right now.
Any skills?
Kind of
Any
like-
feats? I should say any feats.
Pause it.
She's like, you want to take the lantern that we're all bound to? Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead. Slam dunk.
Any feats?
No. I shut that one down. I was like, no, not that one. Maybe we'll find one for you. Something special just for you. Let's go with.
It's like buying a star in the sky.
Yeah.
You own it, but you can't.
There's a
necessarily
website
do
for that.
anything with
There's a
mine.
website for that. Yeah.
Doable.
There
We're
used to
going
be
with
a
fabricated
business name generator.
Connections. I'm lying about taking an action.
Everything.
So
Every fucking thing.
this is me just going like, yeah, I'm sure Voss can do that. I have no idea. So I don't know if it's true or false.
Sure,
This
give me
is
a
just
roll
me being
versus
like,
the adult dragon. What could go wrong?
tell you what's going to go wrong. He's going to get grounded for trying to buy Everston's
good
lantern.
Yeah. Reroll.
And I said Earthguard. I should have said Azure Order. I did not mean Earthguard. He looks like he's from Thunderstruck Academy in the Blues and
36.
36.
No. +2, 38.
And this is versus my what?
That was my deception.
Versus perception?
Yes.
30. What was that again?
38.
Well, I'm totally in. I think that is a great deal. You beat me by 2.
I think it would be 2. How much?
2. Well, so dinner, I will help get everything set up at my. If you been to the luxury dining car, it's the best addition to my Tide Runner. It is wonderful.
That sounds great. So while we're there, we'll go and check to see with Voss if that's
What is the party for?
He can definitely.
What is the party for, Lillian? The party is he's like touching everything in your house.
Lillian really doesn't.
And
care
puts it
that much
back
as long as
down.
He doesn't like touch a snake.
But he immediately blurts out prices. Like, oh, what's this? 5 gales? This is worth 2. What is this? One squall.
Okay, well, and we could go talk to Voss and see like what would really go into.
No. Party first. Way more important.
Okay. All right. And you know what? What if we did a silent auction? Do you have anything on the car that you would want to sell off?
I mean, there is all the lost and found items that no one has claimed. I was going to add them to my collection.
Oh, well, collections are fun too. And the thing is, like, Lillian is like low-key talking to Prith like a young child, like an 8-year-old.
But he's
not quite toddler, like baby talking.
He's more excited that you're talking about the party and auctions and money and dragon things.
Yeah, and I'm gonna, like, as we're talking about that, I'm going to take him and we're gonna walk through town and I'm gonna take him to Nora.
Okay. You walk through
And
show.
just go,
When you get within like 100, 120 foot of her, he goes, No. Can't see her yet. I'll see you tonight. And he turns and he starts walking away.
Nora?
I'm gonna go get the luxury place set up. And he rounds a corner and you hear and there's a spark of electricity.
Prith just came to visit.
I was going to go visit him at the Tide Runner.
I think he's avoiding you. And I don't know why.
It's not my fault that I was in a coma for 18 months. Like, I think Nora just loses it, and like she just says that in front of everybody.
You know what?
Nora does dumb things every once in a while, right?
As the party is getting set up, and you guys are discussing, you see Prith quickly moving about the train, setting the luxury car for like not a luxury, but like a speakeasy feel for dinner for the evening. And at the end of it, he's like doing stuff and he's in Nora's office and he's going through deeds that he has collected and like stockpiled in her place because it's safer than his. And there's one of the Tide Runner that his name is signed on. And he rolls it back up and he puts it back in. And upon death, Nora owns the Tide Runner. Upon death, Everston owns the Tide Runner. Upon death, Voss owns the Tide Runner. The last person on the list is Omar. And he finishes packing up stuff and puts it away. And he walks in and he makes sure everything's set up and ready to go. And he breathes once and he ignites all of the electric lamps in the luxury place. Ready for the party. And he turns around and he heads back upstairs and does not come down as everyone starts showing up for the party. I rolled a fucking 2 for your so rumors as the entire city lines up of anyone of value for this party. People from outside show up. People from the Emerald Order show up. Word gets out fast. And what was just a luxury train turns into a good chunk of the train for the party. I'm gonna ask the group only one question. Are you going to handle the party or just handle the doctor?
Lillian is going to fully handle the doctor.
Okay.
I will also
Ew.
say one thing that I would like to do before the party starts.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. We can do a little flashback for you before we close.
I'm going to set up a little box that has a lock on it, but a little insertion area for money.
Oh, okay. I thought you say ballots or something. Like, oh, Lillian wants to be
No.
mayor now. Great.
God.
Look at Nora knows like I
and-
fucking hate this fucking dragon.
She is going to
You're gone for 18 months. They grow so
You
fast.
got him. You got
put
him.
in a little label
Flames.
that says
The side of my
tips
face.
and teeths for our beloved Prith.
Tips and what was that?
Tips
Tips
and
and
tithes.
teeths. Teeths,
Tips and
tithes.
tithes. Tips and tithes. No one knows who he is, but rich people will just put money in a box. Can I get one more just overall diplomacy check for that box and the way it's written and
Tide runner.
what you the tithe runner and what you do? It might get renamed and what you do. Lillian, can you just give me and just let me just message me your role so I know how well this goes.
I can do that.
I'll say you all have about 24 hours to get ready for the party. Not even actually, because it was in the morning. Probably about 12 hours to get there. And people are casting spells to get in here that like to show their level of importance within organizations, because teleporting is not something people do in this world unless you are licensed and have been given the right to use transportation magics. All right. Did you send it to me in Discord or in Roll20?
Discord.
Did you have to patch or anything?
Nope. First roll.
Cool. Can you also put it in your chat with just the title above it in
Absolutely.
our chat? I want to write it down, but just in case. Jesus Christ. All right. Everybody, our next show apparently is going to be a train party. I was not planning a train party. I did say we'd be using the train a lot for the rest of the season. Not what I meant.
Figured I'd be using it as a weapon or something. But no.
I thought you would be
This is
Savanna
nice.
people too with a ghost train. Like I thought for sure that would be happening. As everybody gets ready for the evening, as the camera goes through watching everyone prep and get dressed and do everything, I do need everybody to give me one will save to close our show out tonight.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna make it an entire episode without having to roll a die.
Yeah, no, I'm not letting that happen. One will save.
So before I make the will save, I'm just saying Nora is getting it into her fine clothing
Uh-huh.
because she actually bought that for when she went to go with Oliver to Cadra.
Okay.
She makes sure that she's got her gloves on. She also has her journals and her cold iron and silver pens, just in case, because you never fucking
You
know.
never fucking know.
And then I'm gonna roll a will save, and as I'm rolling it, she's like,
Can't believe I rolled
Kids.
so low.
She's like, kids, I can't. She's like, at first, she's like, I gotta talk to Kristoff, I gotta talk to Prith, and now I gotta talk to everybody at this party. But all I wanted to do was just find out why I was in a coma.
You can't take a dandy anywhere and expect it to be low profile.
I know.
Eric, I need you to check Discord real quick under our chat.
Does it say you're
and
dead?
Click that box that is blacked out. I want to know if that has anything to do with this roll.
Well, where did that come from? Can you put that in chat? Where did that come from? Can you put that in chat?
Sure.
'Cause I don't remember that. And yes, it would 100%.
Okay, cool. I cast it like after we got done talking to her because I knew we were going to be in
Perfect.
talking with him.
Yeah, no,
so that
no.
was the
With
plan.
you. You're smart enough. Okay. Yeah, 100%. What level? What level is that? Can you put that in there for me?
It is level 4.
Okay. That's awesome. All right.
That spell is as well.
Yeah. Foxglove. What did you get?
40.
Okay.
So do I have to
Everston,
roll,
your
I guess,
only
for
roll
it?
of the evening.
Yeah, I rolled a 6, so I used a patch to re-roll it, and it ended up with an 8 for a 32.
And Nora.
I got 41.
All right.
Is this against a mind-altering effect?
It sure fucking is.
Make that a 44.
Okay. As you guys all set up, get dressed for the party. There's a rap on Nora's door as Kristoff opens it. He looks worn, disheveled, like he's been out in the skies for months, because he has been. He comes in the door, doesn't stumble, he walks in. He like drops his bag on the floor. He is just covered in like just sickly oil sheen from the tides.
Yeah, I'm gonna go run over and hug him and ruin my fine clothing.
He puts his hands up immediately. He's like, no, mother. We need to talk before you go to this party. And that'll be it for the night. What does everybody have going on this week? Any fun stuff? Any new shows? We will not be around the next 2 weeks.
I can go first if Allie wants to get her blurb ready and set to go.
Sure. What do you got, Nora?
All right, so we are back on track for our Vampire the Masquerade game on Ladies of D&D. We took last week off because I was away at Gamehole Con. Drinking. Amelia wanted a little bit of a break as well, and we just figured it would be a good time to take a little break. So
sure. Next
week we're playing, and we're gonna find out what type of shit we're in. We are playing Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. It's a Clockwork Dark Rome by Night. It's roughly every Saturday, starting at 11 AM CST. Runs for about 2 to 3 hours. It's basically The Hangover meets Vampire the Masquerade. One of our coterie members woke up drunk and is now Prince of Rome. And I'm the hapless. And
Sounds like a Vampire Tuesday to me.
I'm the hapless gangrel bodyguard trying to protect her. Last episode, we dug through garbage to find what we were looking for.
Okay, on that note, Foxglove, you got a Halloween event coming up, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow at 8 Eastern Central, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, on Ladies of D&D, we're going to have Halloween House Party. It's a Halloween one-shot using the Bloodlines and Black Magic system for teens. Break out on Halloween night, or should we say break in to an abandoned house.
No way this goes well.
TikToker.
There's a TikToker?
One of them is a TikToker.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
meddling kids.
Yep. The cast for that is going to be, of course, Jenna is joining, as well as Mallory and Kylie from Homebrews and Homebodies, and GM Hina. So it should be really fun.
Oh my God. Drew?
Nice.
We're playing some games on Thursday, my friend.
We are playing some games Thursday. Currently, Artisan Industry is going to go as planned, 12 to 3, and then we're playing Spooky Games at 8, which is going to probably be Ghostbusters. Although,
yes,
Eric, I think I want to play some Ghost Watchers as well because the church map just jumped.
Don't give a shit. Only want to play Ghostbusters. I just want to play Ghostbusters. It is
Fair
a
enough.
superior game.
We're going to play some Ghostbusters. That's going to happen, but I might play some Ghost Watchers as well.
Everyone makes mistakes in life.
That's Thursday. But tomorrow, unfortunately, it's going to be some crossover with Allie's stuff. But I am starting a new sponsored stream through Stream Elements. We're going to be doing a sponsored stream with HelloFresh. So I'm going to be doing a cooking stream, and then we're going to play some Played Up, which I have a deck of Streamloot cards for already.
So what I just heard is Drew learns to cook. Is what the show is?
Correct. And then we put it actually into fake production by building a fake restaurant.
I would love to play wagers on does he burn his food?
Man, tech gremlins when open flames involved?
Oh yeah.
Oh God. And then Todd, obviously, you got a few more days left of art pieces coming out.
Yeah.
My question is
today,
when
I'll
are we
finally
getting T-shirts of them?
T-shirts? I don't know, man.
T-shirts of the. I want them with the name above them of what they are.
could.
I
was-
want
I
one.
was thinking of starting with a
book,
a PDF.
Yeah.
Sale of all of them, collection. I don't know.
Do them as statted up NPCs.
I mean, honestly,
Oh my God, can we get a
I'm
Todd
kicking
Westcott
myself.
D&D like coffee table art book?
Oh my
Oh, that would be amazing.
I
I mean, and I hate
mean-
to say this, you could probably honestly also sell them as NFTs.
You could.
No.
Wow. Todd's like, fuck that. I'm not doing that shit.
Absolutely refuse. Fuck
I'm
NFTs.
like, I feel like
Fuck AI art.
I don't have a problem with AR art for rapid prototyping.
Yes. For referencing, for building on ideas and making your own stuff, yes, it's fine. Passing it off as art and without doing anything else to it, that's fucking shady.
is that what you're doing with NFTs now?
So, no NFTs, t-shirts, yes. Book, yes. That's what
NFT shirt. I'm sorry.
Get the fuck. I want to turn you off.
Non-functional t-shirts?
Wave bye, everybody, for a closing GM minute.
Bye. Goodbye, everyone.
Fucking clown shoes.
Oh.
Dope. Oh, what? What, Allie? No one can hear you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Allie needs another minute. Apparently she didn't talk enough. Go ahead. Here, we'll put her on here twice. Go ahead.
Ladies of D&D on Sunday night, my paladin gets to be a paladin. It's our new series. Maybe come say hi.
Don't give me that sappy voice. Goodbye. So, put it in chat so people know where to find it, though. I did. I put her in there twice. So, with that, everybody, thank you so much for all of the people who bought Streamloot cards tonight and to the amazing raid from Half Dragon AP. If you like this show, we're on the second, third, and fourth Tuesday of every month, 7:15 pre-show, 7:30 airtime. Stay tuned. I have more coming out for EFP coming up, along with something special with Perception Studios, not this Sunday, but next. I'll be out in the LA area. If you live out there, you want to hang out, get a beer, do any of that kind of shit, drop me a message in our Discord. You can find us through our link in the chat. And thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed. We are probably going to go raid the Perception Studios crew if they are currently here. They are. Let's go raid them. Have a good night, everybody.